Yeah. What up? What up, though?
What up, gangsta?
What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man, Marq Nash. He is I am he. Another one. Another great episode of Breaking Beats. Make some noise for yourself.
What up?
Make some noise for me. Feel good, man. Feel good. All right, you see the title, you see the thumbnail, you know what we're here for, you know what we're about to do. I'm gonna do a neighbors only roll call, run a short intro, and I'm jumping right into it. Let's get it. It's your man Marq Nash, Breaking Beats. You already know what we do. We break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you will not feel like talking about. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly. You know why? Because life is serious. Life is serious enough. All right, let's just jump right into it, man. I'm gonna do the 30-second intro, and I'm jumping right into it. I got some clips lined up, and I'm ready. You ready? You ready? I'm ready. Let's get it.
This that squad sound.
This is madness.
All right. What's up? What up, though? What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? You back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man, Marq Nash. All right, let me just run through this right here real quick. We're going to do a neighbors only roll call, members only roll call, members only, and turn off the monetization. We cannot monetize this content. Again, if you want to check the content after this video is finished, it will be on the Marq Nash live page. It will be deleted as soon as I click in to avoid copyright situations, because there's a lot of stuff I'm going to be playing on this one. And pardon me if my nose is running a little bit. I need to take some Zyrtex or something, but my nose been bothering me the last few hours. So work with me as I work with it through you guys. And I mean, it is bothering me. Yeah, these sinus trouble. Yeah, I always had sinus trouble, but it's really bothering me now. Let's run right through it. Let's run right into it. Shout out to the neighbors, because without you, the show wouldn't be the show at a major level. Shout out to Food Revolution. Welcome home, sister.
What up?
C. Jones 0224.
What up?
Sweaty Teddy.
What up?
That guy Eclipse 330.
What up?
KP from KC5.
What up?
Adam Kelly all the way in Australia.
What up, gangsta?
KP.
What up?
T.
What up?
Matt Wade.
What up?
Kevin Brower.
What up?
Puto.
What up?
Wanda Villa.
What up?
DJ.
What up?
Karma Serene.
What up?
Kansas City Mac.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Ace Retro.
What up?
Taint the Sweet Signs Examiner.
What up?
Beyond and Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T.
What up?
Juan Epoxy Magic.
What up?
SF City Slicker.
What up?
I Know Boxing.
What up?
Stephen Bateman.
What up?
Boxing Lounge.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Mike from Boston.
What up?
Ride of the Storm.
What up?
Here to There.
What up?
Miss Queen Sunkiss.
What up?
Taylor Bell.
What up?
Maddie Yoel.
What up?
C. Jones. I'm sorry. Con Shonery.
What up?
Lisa Bells.
What up?
Cooking with the Champ.
What up?
On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr.
What up?
True Media Today USA Boxing. Coach Malachi Williams.
What up?
HLD.
What up?
Cooking with Sir Senior.
What up?
Born Supreme.
What up?
Lady Shan Dundem Season.
What up?
Dub Right Side.
What up?
D Bevel the Champ.
What up?
And of course the big fish himself, my good brother Derek Lincoln.
What up, gangsta?
Make some noise for yourself. Make some noise for yourself. All right. Shout out to Cooking with Sir Senior. I see you, homeboy. Stunt. What up, Stunt? Welcome. All right, let me switch this over. And yeah, man, we jumping right into it now. When it comes to these JFK assassinations, right? This JFK assassination. Oh, I got to put a survey in the chat. I want to know, who do you guys think is responsible? All right. So let me put that survey in the chat. Bear with me. I'm putting it in chat. What do you guys think happened to JFK? What happened to JFK? Do you think it's the story that we always were told with Lee Harvey Oswald? Has your opinion changed over the years as you gotten older? What happened to, well, in fact, I'm gonna say who killed JFK. Who put an exclamation point? Yeah, killed JFK. Do you believe it was Lee Harvey Oswald? Right, because that was the original story that we was told, or was told to our parents, depending on how old you are. Right? Do you believe it was the CIA was involved? Where's my notes at? Let me get my notes because I wrote this down. CIA. Oh, the mafia. People said the mafia was involved. People said the mafia was involved. Do you believe it was the CIA, Lee Harvey Oswald, the mafia, or somebody else? Said Marq Nash, I don't know. Do y'all got a fourth choice? Somebody said the government. CIA. I'll put /government. CIA/government. Okay. And I'll say somebody else. All the above or somebody else. How about that? What should I put for that last choice? Should it be all the above or should it be somebody else? I got A, Lee Harvey, C, CIA/government, D, C, the mafia. Somebody give me a final choice. Final choice. None of the above. I don't know. All the above. I'll just put I don't know. I don't know, but don't believe the official story. How about that? Official story. There we go. Don't know. Don't know. Don't believe. I just put I don't know. All right, so boom. So I got a survey in the chat. We got a survey in the chat. Who killed JFK? Lee Harvey Oswald, CIA/government, mafia? I don't know, Marq Nash. I don't know. So let's put that survey up. Make sure I got that survey in the chat. Again, join the conversation. All you got to do is click that subscribe button and get in. All right, let's get right into it. Hope everybody had a good day wherever you at this side of the earth. Somebody said Marq Nash, JFK was trying to get rid of the Federal Reserve, and create a currency called the greenback. It was going to be backed by gold. Look it up, brother. That's why they killed him. I heard about that too. I heard about that. Also, he was trying to he eliminating the CIA. Excuse me. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to mute my mic when I do that because that sounded like it was loud. Loud. Yeah, he was also trying to eliminate. He was talking about secret societies and things like that was going on. I'm gonna make sure I got this phone line open. How much better I got? Okay, I should be good on that one. I'm gonna make sure I got this phone line open so y'all can call in and voice your opinion as well. I'm gonna be playing a lot of video clips so you guys can check those out. And again, if you want to check the playback, it will not be on this main page. You got to go to this right here. Let me just put something in the chat. Marq Nash Live. Go to Marq Nash Live, and you're going to be able to check the playback. All right. With that said, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Again, we have an conspiracy week over here. Put a case on. Yeah, I like to look at these conspiracy theories and things like that. I'm interested in this type of stuff. So let's jump right into it. Smash the like button on the way in the room to let me know y'all like this type of content. There's no reason the likes should not be going up with the survey. All right. So y'all let me know y'all rock on this type of content and we can keep doing it. All right. Without further ado, let's just jump right into this first thing right here. Biden administration releases some JFK assassination files last year. Did anybody know about that? Anybody know about it? That happened very quietly. But also, they barely released 10% of the files. Check this out.
For tips and leads, the agencies chased in their investigations of the tragedy and insights into the movements of Lee Harvey Oswald in the months before the assassination. This JFK document dump, while the largest since the files were first mandated to be released, it's still a little bit, just a small percentage of the files that have yet to be declassified. I'm joined now by Jeff Morley. He's author of the book The Ghost, The Secret Life of CIA Spy Master James
Conscious Talk. What up?
Jesus Angleton, and editor of the JFK Facts blog. Jeff, I've known you for quite some time. I know how well you.
All right, now they're gonna have this guy up here. They're gonna be talking about basically why hasn't the government released all the documents. What is the holdup? What is the holdup, right? Why hasn't the government released a lot of the documents? Now, I'm playing this just to give you guys some backstory and one opinion, and then I'm gonna play some older stuff too. Let's go.
You pour yourself into this. So let me ask, the bigger question is, why isn't everything released? We were told these things are going to be released at a 50-year anniversary. At this, we are not there yet. Why?
Why not release the files? Release the files. Why hasn't it been released?
The agency, the CIA, has something to hide. That's the only plausible conclusion you can draw.
I love it.
Congress put a 25-year deadline.
I love it. The CIA got something to hide. Put a case on it.
Conclusion you can draw, I think. Congress put a 25-year deadline on this material, enacting a law in 1992 saying everything should be released by 2017. In 2017, the CIA director, Mike Pompeo, went to President Trump and said, we can't possibly release this. And Trump acquiesced to their demands, and there was 4 more years of secrecy. The same question came to President Biden in October 2021. Same result. He acquiesced to the CIA's demands that most of this material remain secret.
Hold up. Some people saying he wasn't killed. Hold up, bro. Y'all don't think some people say he ain't dead? Oh, snap. He's not dead. He just disappeared and changed his identity. It happens all the time. Man, I don't know about that. I don't know about this, the CGI green screen shit. There was a lot of witnesses there, bro. It happened. A lot of witnesses. It happened broad day in the middle of a parade. I don't know about that one. But go ahead. Keep typing some more conspiracy theories. I like them.
What we saw last week.
Let's hear this part again.
To their demands, and there was 4 more years of stop.
Here we go.
Enacting a law in 1992 saying everything should be
Then he got a JFK facts blog. I'm gonna go to that.
Enacting a law in 1992 saying everything should be released by 2017. In 2017, the CIA director, Mike Pompeo, went to President Trump and said, we can't possibly release this. And Trump acquiesced to their demands, and there was 4 more years of secrecy. The same question came to President Biden in October 2021. Same result. He acquiesced to the CIA's demands that most of this material remain secret. What we saw last week was about 10% of the 15,000 documents that continue to have redactions in them. So why is it taking so long? The CIA doesn't want to obey the law, is my conclusion.
Look, the easy hypothesis to me, no matter what you think, where you are on whether there was a conspiracy or not, it certainly looks as if the CIA doesn't want to admit what it knew about Oswald before the assassination.
Woo! Why not? Why not? Why won't the CIA release the files? And why is each president that comes up saying, all right, we'll push it back again. Okay, we'll release some, but not all. We'll release some more. Supposed to drop in 2017.
Look, the easy hypothesis to me, no matter what you think, where you are on whether there was a conspiracy or not, it certainly looks as if the CIA doesn't want to admit what it knew about Oswald before the assassination. There seems to be no other hypothesis to come up with. Do you agree?
Yeah, and yes, and 2 documents came out last week that confirm that. These are 2 cables that were written about Lee Harvey Oswald in October 1963, 6 weeks before the assassination. And for the first time in 58 years, we have a complete unexpurgated version of the CIA's pre-assassination file on Oswald. It took them 58 years to come totally clean on who in the CIA knew about Oswald before the assassination.
Let's hear that again. What took 58 years?
Have a complete unexpurgated version of the CIA's pre-assassination file on Oswald. It took them 58 years to come totally clean on who in the CIA knew about Oswald before the assassination. So I think you're absolutely right. The question that they want to avoid, it seems to me, to delay is, what did we know about Oswald before the assassination? The CIA really doesn't want to talk about that. That's what we found out last week.
I mean, they don't. Is it possible they were trying to make him an asset, or he was an asset, and they don't want to admit he turned out to be an asset? And they, oh my God, we didn't know he was going to do this.
Well, that's what's so interesting about the two cables that were released in their entirety for the first time last week. One of those cables was a cable to Mexico City written by 6 top CIA officers. And I mean top. The deputy assistant director, the foreign intelligence liaison officer, the chief of the Mexico desk, the chief of operations in the Western Hemisphere. So that's the sensitive part of all of this, is how did top CIA officials know so much about Oswald before the assassination and do nothing? Okay, that's the question. Some people.
Wow. How did so many top CIA officers, the brass at the top, how did they know about Oswald and did nothing?
People say, well, they were just incompetent. They were asleep at the wheel. Other people say, to me, it looks more like they were running an operation right. But given that we don't have all the records, we really can't, answer the question.
It's gonna get deep, man. This one gonna get deep tonight, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Let's go.
The CIA needs to come clean on it. I mean, I think that's the story here. It's common sense. Why wouldn't the CIA want to release all of this material?
Okay, let me ask you this. Why is William Manchester's interviews with Jackie and Bobby, why is that in control of the CIA? Or the federal government, excuse me. Why are they in control of those interviews?
Because when Congress wrote the JFK Records Act in 1992, they included a provision that nothing in the law would override the deed of gifts.
What? Hold up. How do you write a law that say no future laws is going to override this? Huh? Let me hear that again.
Because when Congress wrote the JFK Records Act in 1992, they included a provision that nothing in the law would override the deed of gifts. And so when William Manchester gave those papers, those transcripts of his interviews with Jackie and Bobby Kennedy in 1964, he put on them a 75-year time limit. And so
how do you even approve something like that? A 75-year time limit. This doesn't belong to you. Belongs to the American people. They voted the president. That's their president. They put their president in office. And he had his brains blown out on national TV in the middle of in broad daylight in front of God and country, sitting right beside his wife. And we saying we're gonna put 75 years on it? Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Let's play some more of this.
The law does not overrule the deed of gift provisions. So that material, according to the deed of gift, will stay secret until 2039. And the reason why that's significant is it's known that Jackie Kennedy and Bobby Kennedy did not believe the Warren Commission. They did not believe President Kennedy was killed by one man alone. They privately thought that he had been killed by his enemy.
All right.
He was killed by one man alone. They privately thought that he had been killed by his enemy.
All right, Jeff Morley, who basically is about the best person you can go to separate fact from fiction when it comes to JFK.
All right, and we got his blog pulled up too. We're gonna study some more of that too. All right, let me see what they saying in the chat, and I'm gonna go to the next clip. 75 years is enough time for all responsible people to die, so no one faces prosecution. That's bullshit, though. Come on, fam. From 1992, they wrote this in 92 and said 75 years. Make sure everybody dead. Make sure everybody dead. Jason, he said the JFK fired the head of CIA, Allen Dulles, a year before he was killed, and Dulles was later placed as the Warren Committee's come on now. Come on now. Jason, you know what's up. Joey Chad said JFK was a pimp. Oh, man, I'll get out of here. I ain't trolling with you tonight, Jason. Joey. Shout out to Stephen Bateman in Australia. All the way in Australia, homie. Shout out to my boys down under. She said because the CIA set it up. They like to do all those other false flags. Come on now, girl behind the mic. Come on now. He said, you may base a case off of one truth and that one truth is a CIA psyop. That's how they work. Okay, I like that one too. I like that one. Shout out to Conscious Talk. You cooking tonight. He said the CIA is a master at distracting us with a secondary conspiracy. Yes, bro. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it tonight. Let me go to this next clip. Let's go to the next clip. Let me pin my last spot where I was at. Jason said both the CIA and the head of the FBI, Hoover, lied to the Warren Commission in 1964, saying they knew nothing about Oswald. Facts. Come on now. Love Powerful said JFK. Love Powerful said John F. Kennedy security had brand new guns that had no safety, and possibly one of those Secret Service guys shot JF Kennedy by mistake. The last shot. I heard of some people saying that too, like the guy who was driving turned around and shot, but I don't see that when I look at the video. And when I say I've looked at this thing easily 100 times. Yeah. All right, let me go to this next clip. Let me see what I'm gonna play next. Let's see what I'm gonna play next. Let's go back. Also, let's go into this right here. Damn, I didn't save that. All right, I'll play this one. Even in this clip right here, they say he was shot from the back, but the press secretary, when he first gave the details, according to the press secretary, the wound came from the front. This is the press secretary immediately following the assassination. Now, they got a color version of this, but the color version is shorter and misses out some information. I'm going to play the black and white version so we can get more of this information. See if y'all can. Let me turn this up some.
Died at approximately 1 o'clock Central Standard Time today here in Dallas. He died of gunshot wound in the brain. Slow it down.
Gunshot wound to the brain. Now later on, he's going to point to the front of his head.
I have no other details regarding the assassination of the president.
Anything about the shooting?
No, we have no information on that.
Was Mrs. Kennedy here?
Mrs. Kennedy was not hit.
Miss Kennedy wasn't hit.
Governor Conley was hit.
Was Vice President Johnson here?
The vice president was not hit.
Has the Vice President taken a role?
No.
He says the vice president taking an oath. We're going to go to that later too.
Can we see him?
He has left. I'm sorry, for reasons of security, I cannot discuss the whereabouts or travel plans of the vice president.
What's Conley's condition?
I understand that Governor Conley's condition is satisfactory.
Okay.
He was shot twice, once apparently in the side and once in the wrist. All right, Bob, I don't know.
He's like, Bob, you asking me some dumb ass shit. Get your ass up out of here before I put a case on you.
The president was shot once.
Now, they said the president was shot once. Now, after this, I'm going to go to the magic bullet theory. We got to talk about that. Do you guys believe in the magic bullet theory? Have you ever heard of it? Let me know.
Where is this in the
Press A in the chat if it was like, hey, Marq Nash, I heard of the magic bullet theory, or press B if it's some bullshit. You ain't never heard of it.
head? Mrs. Kennedy will be returning to Washington.
All right, let's fast forward. Let's fast forward.
Yeah.
Fast
We may
forward.
not go. Where should we repair to? Where should we go?
I would suggest that you stay right here. Any further information?
Oh my God, he about to pass out.
The old section you're talking about, Mark?
Press secretary. Press secretary never wants to deliver this type of message, man. Telling the country the president has been murdered.
Where should we repair to? Where should we go?
I would suggest that you stay right here. Any
Look at him, he's sweating. Oh my God, look at him, he about to fall out.
Come up and give you myself, or I'll have Mr. Hawks come up and give you.
Somebody said, can we get the doctor out here?
Dr. Berkeley told me it's a simple matter, Tom, of a bullet right
Bam. Through the
through
brain.
the head. Of a bullet right through the head.
All right, bullet through the head. Bullet through the head.
Of a bullet right.
Now, Now, we all know from all official reports, JFK was shot more than one time. That's what they told us, right? This the press secretary immediately after they said he was shot one time, bullet to the head, and he's pointing to the front. But the lone gunman, they say he had to be shot in the back of the head. Ill Status Boxing, what up, fam? OTB, what up? I know boxing. I see. Okay, so some people heard of it. Some people heard of it. Some people hasn't. No, some people haven't heard of it. The magic bullet. Let's see if we can pull up this magic bullet theory. Magic bullet theory. Let me see. Bullet theory. Let me see if I can find a short version of it. Okay, this is. Let me see if I can find something for CC. Hold on 1 second. Boom. Hold on. Sir. Okay, bear with me. All right, I got one for you. Now they said it was one shot. Man, when they show this magic bullet, man, they got this one bullet that's in perfect condition. It's in perfect condition. How does that even happen? That thing goes through that. Okay, Joe Rogan up there talking about the single magic bullet theory too. Yeah, I ain't buying that. See, because they had to make a reason for these other shots missing. Because one shot missed, hit the concrete, and it flicked up. And oh man, let's play this. Let's play this. Does this work?
The FBI concluded.
All right, here we go. Now, this is what the FBI concluded. Let's go to this. Let me share the screen so y'all know what I mean. Now, this is the magic bullet theory for those who don't know. Shout out to Oliver Stone.
Concluded that all 3 bullets struck inside the car.
Now, 3 bullets struck inside the car. That's what they're saying, right? But we found out later one of those bullets struck the concrete, hit somebody else. But I think these dudes had about 7 or 8 wounds in between the 2 people. Check this shit out.
The tip of the first and the third. The second shot hit the governor. The third shot tore a large part of the president's head off.
The Warren Commission.
Now that's what they said. Now let's hear that again.
Car. The FBI concluded that all 3 bullets struck inside the car.
The tip of the first and the third. The second shot hit the governor. The third shot tore a large part of the president's head off.
The Warren.
And that shit ain't gonna fly. And watch what's gonna happen. The story's gonna change.
Commission put itself in a straitjacket. They could not possibly allow more than 3 shots because 4 shots or more would have clearly indicated conspiracy, and they were not going there.
I was standing down under the underpass on the curb that was very visible.
You see the guy you see my man at the underpass right here, right?
I was standing down under the underpass on the curb that was very visible. Mark where a bullet had struck. A fragment of the bullet scratched my face.
My boy James right here. Shout out to my boy JT. JT said, man, when the bullet struck me in my face, he bounced off the curb, struck me in my face. Okay. Rubski, what up? All right, let's play some more of this. Again, if you looking for the playback in the morning, the playback gonna be on the backup channel, Marq Nash Live. Marq Nash Live. This is where you're gonna find the playback. I'm deleting this from the main channel tonight as soon as this live over. So go right here to Marq Nash Live for the backup. All right.
Records show the first shot had missed its target completely. And the
what?
You never heard of it.
It missed the target completely, the first shot. Let's go.
The final shot hit Kennedy in the head. So how does one account for 1 bullet hitting 2 victims and doing all this damage?
I know that voice. That's Whoopi Goldberg. She got a famous voice. We know that voice. Shout out Whoopi.
Arlen Specter was a Yale Law School graduate.
Yeah, Arlen Specter. He's the Warren Commission Junior Counsel. Watch this.
Working in the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office when he was asked to serve on the Warren Commission.
Aha! What if 1 bullet made all 7 wounds? Arlen Specter, he is the one that gave birth to the single bullet theory.
Single bullet now made 7 wounds on 2 men. 1 bullet made 7 wounds.
What if 1 bullet went into Kennedy's back?
All right, so the bullet goes into Kennedy back.
And came out his neck.
Came out his neck.
And then went into Connolly's back, piercing the lung.
So it hit the lung. That's the third spot.
Destroying 4 inches of the right fifth rib, exiting.
Destroyed 4 inches of his ribs. Just look at your side right now. Imagine if 4 inches of your rib is blown out. All right.
From the front of his chest, going into the back of the wrist, shattering the distal end of the radius.
So it's done went through. Let's look at this again now. Let's put this together. Now it's done went through Kennedy's back, through his throat, went downward, go through Connolly's back, hitting his ribs, bouncing off the ribs, hitting the lungs, going through the chest, hit the ribs
from the front of his.
hit his wrist.
Chest, going into the back of the wrist, shattering the distal end of the radius. And a 6'4" guy like Connolly, that's a big, heavy bone, comminuted fracture, exits from the front.
Goes through there
of the wrist, goes into his left thigh. Whatever you want, whatever you need, this bullet happily and readily obliges you.
Come on, fam. Let's see this. Let's see this. So from the back to the throat to his back, bounce off some lungs and some ribs, hits the wrist, and goes to the left thigh over here.
Magic bullet.
A magic bullet.
CE 399 was the magic bullet.
CE 399. Now look at this bullet. Now I don't know how many of y'all ever been to a gun range or ever been firing targets. Your bullet doesn't look like this after you fire it, and this don't went through that many things, hitting bone, muscle, tissue, all kind of shit. Ricky Williams, what up? Shout out to TWT. Shout out to everybody in the winning team. Stunt, what up? Come on, fam. Ricky Williams said JFK was about to disband the CIA and kill the military-industrial complex. Come on now.
What up?
And already flipped on the mob and gave them the middle finger, even though they worked to get him elected. Also, shit, it was the y'all ever heard of the Purple Gang? What's it called? The Purple Gang? It was the Small Hat Mafia in New York.
You never heard of it.
Some of y'all heard of it.
Small hats.
Yeah, the Purple Gang. And that dad was in debt to him. Yeah, Papa Kennedy was rocking with the Small Hat Gang up there in New York. JFK got him off their back. All right, come on. We'll talk more about it. We get into it.
And all government investigations so far have treated that bullet as absolutely foundational to this case.
Nigga, please. That bullet right there, that's the bullet, y'all. This the bullet that did all of that damage.
Was the magic bullet. And all government investigations so far have treated that bullet as absolutely foundational to this case. Bullet.
Who believes this bullet went through that many people? I mean, went through 2 people, made 7 wounds. 2 on Kennedy. Seven wounds, man. Come on, fam. I'm not buying it. Not buying it. But that's why we're doing the show tonight. Little conspiracy theory talk. Let's talk about it. All right, let's go to this next clip. Yeah, we're going to talk about it tonight. Phone lines are open too. 404-692-1766. 404-692-1766. Call in, voice your opinion. Put you live right on there, homie. All right. Let's talk about this bullet some more. Where we at with it? This is
a second shot.
Yeah, let's talk about this bullet a little more. Let's talk about these rounds. Because something ain't lining up. Something ain't lining up for your man, Marq Nash. We're going to talk about it, though. We got time. We got time. Let's go.
Kennedy assassination concerns a shot that missed. The Warren Commission found that one shot passed through Kennedy, then hit Connolly. A second shot hit Kennedy in the head. But police found 3 fired cartridge cases in the school book depository, and the commission concluded there were 3 shots fired, even though a third bullet was never found. So what happened to the other shot?
If there's an early shot, as so many eye and ear witnesses believe, including Connolly, right after the car turns the corner, could it have struck the southern oak tree, one or more branches, and been diverted?
What? Hear that again.
And ear witnesses believe, including Connolly, right after the car.
I ain't rocking with Connolly anyway. kind of a little shaky to me.
Turns the corner. Could it have struck the southern oak tree, one or more branches, and been diverted? Could it have struck the street?
Luke and Mike Haig are conducting tests to find out what might have happened.
Oh, I don't want to hear y'all test. Y'all about to do some bullshit. They'll make micro trees and everything. Let me see. I thought they were going to talk. Let me see what they're talking about right here.
A bullet that hits asphalt.
From the laser scanning data, I know that asphalt creates about a 30-degree angle with the 6th floor window. That's what we've set up here. We've got a section of highway asphalt here. We'll see what happens to the bullet.
And that highway asphalt, see, he's doing it wrong already because the highway asphalt wasn't propped up at an angle. Oh, okay.
Panel for signs of fragments. The result is unexpected.
The fragments of asphalt and stone basically come back out like a volcano erupting, but they don't go out to the sides. So a person could be standing within a couple of feet of an event like this and not be hit by material.
Inspecting the asphalt, there's another surprise.
There's loose debris down.
I don't know if that's the same asphalt though, made from there. All right. I don't like that test right there. It don't even make sense to me. You don't propped it up. Super controlled environment. Let me go over here to this. Go back to my save videos. Go back to my watch later. Is this the one?
Isn't.
No, this ain't it. Let's go to this documentary. I got a documentary I was watching. Let me go to that. Got to look at my notes over here. While I do that, let me look at my notes. Troy Graham, what up, fam? Bronze, what up? Let me see. What was we at? Two major bullet, untouched, missing brain. Did y'all know about the brain was missing? Have y'all ever heard that his brain was missing? They don't have JFK's brain. Now the doctors know it was some brain left in there. It was some brain matter left in there because Mrs. Kinney, when she hopped out the limo, she grabbed some piece of his skull and some brain matter, gave it to the doctor and said, "Will this help?" Brought it to him and said, "I don't know. Will this help?" All right. Let me go to this clip. I took a screenshot so I can find the timestamp in my phone. So bear with me. Let me see where I'm at with it. Not this one. Go to my phone gallery. Gotta find a screenshot. There we go. Oh, cool. I'll take a phone call while I do this. What's up, fam?
What's happening, Brody? How you feeling? Neighbors, what's going on?
Talk to me.
Oh, man, just enjoying the show right now. I'm about to enjoy the content. Be careful with that, with the purple label.
With the what?
With that purple label. You know,
okay.
The small hats do get petty. That purple gang's petty. So, be careful with that one. But there's truth there. There is a there. And, and I think that's real interesting what you're talking about the brain. That's a lot of things that a lot of people don't understand is that, yes, somehow from when his body was at that coroner's office to when his body was on the plane, all of a sudden JFK's brain's missing. Yep. And a lot of people don't know how LBJ basically forced Jacqueline Kennedy to be on that plane, still covered in blood, while he got sworn in. There's also an interesting film of the day before, December 7th or December 6th. JFK was at this event hosted by this organization in Texas that wear all these white hats. And that's a whole secret society thing I'm not going to get too deep into. But they had offered him a white hat. And in that circle, he would have put on that hat, they would have protected him. But, he would have owed him a favor. And if you watch the thing, they hand him the hat, and JFK doesn't put on the hat, makes an excuse talking about, I never wear hats, blah, 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 I appreciate it. But basically, JFK didn't want to go along with the Southern Boys agenda, and that was his last opportunity to avoid getting killed. That's the good old boys are saying, hey, you do this for us, we're gonna stop this happening. JFK knew it was coming, and he just thought that nobody's got the balls to hit the president. He did not understand he had pissed off the perfect combination of people.
Yeah, that was in Fort Worth, Texas. The day before, right?
Yep, you know what I'm talking about there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That little breakfast dinner when they tried to give him the white hat. See, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? To those who know, you know what I'm talking about. To those who don't know, the information's out there. I'm not trying to be too vague and aloof, but in certain circles of secret society, that white hat, handing JFK the white hat was a symbolic thing. And when JFK refused to put on the white hat, he pretty much signed his death warrant.
Okay.
I'm enjoying the content. I'll be back in the chat. Keep cooking. All y'all hit the fucking like button. Y'all subscribe. And if you ain't a member, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Come on in the neighborhood, man. Y'all better come on while these goddamn, while we still got property.
I know that's right. We're running out of space. All right. Shout
All
out
right,
to
much love, fellas. I'm in the chat.
my brother. Thanks for calling in. All right. Shout out to Clips. All right. Let's go to this. Let's go to this next clip right here. This is something what Clips are talking about. This JFK talking about these secret societies. Let's hear this.
For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion.
He said, y'all want to infiltrate instead of invade. Listen to
its
this.
sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion.
So you want to infiltrate instead of just going straight in and invade. All right, let's keep going.
On subversion instead of elections.
Subversion instead of elections.
On intimidation instead of free choice.
Come on now.
On guerrillas by night instead of armies by day.
What is he talking about? He's talking about covert ops and secret societies and shit. That's what Ricky was talking about earlier in the chat.
It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic.
You're talking about the CIA. Come on, fam. He's talking about some covert ops shit. 312, what it do? What's your name? Where you from?
Status Boxing.
What's your name?
Chicago. Ill Status.
Okay, Ill Status. You one of the neighbors. What's up, fam?
See, what's good, Marq Nash? It's good.
Talk
I
to
enjoy the content like everybody should. I appreciate you for doing everything that you're doing. Great topic and an interesting subject that we got tonight about this. JFK had made a speech right after the brother that had the conversation with you earlier. He said something about that same meeting or that same speech after that. He had another speech that he was talking about dismantling every single thing that he's doing.
You're breaking up. You sounding low. You're breaking up or you sounding low. Let me turn my headphones up. Say that last part again.
It might be me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I turned it all the way up. Go ahead.
He had made a speech and he was talking about every society, even the secret society. And he was explaining how he was going to dismantle all of that. And a month later, he got killed. So it goes into contrast with the guy that was talking earlier with him denouncing the offer and then saying something about it after that. That kind of led to a backlash and probably made something happen within the secret organizations and the government also. Because he came right back and said something about it after.
My bad, that was something playing in the background. Say that last part again.
He came right back after that moment, and said something to go against the grain instead of working with people that's in power, I guess.
For sure. I couldn't agree more, man. It's a lot with this stuff, man. And like to really do this the way I want to do it, man, this would be like a 2 or 3 part thing. You get what I'm saying? Because it was a lot of assassinations in the 60s, man. Man, the 60s, they was murking everybody who didn't agree with what they was talking about.
But at the same time, Mark, that brain that we talking about, look at that shot that he got. That was a lot of tissue and a lot of matter that left his brain when he got that hit. It damn near killed his scalp.
Yeah. But it shouldn't be zero there.
It should be a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, they still got some brain. They should have it somewhere, right? The original brain got missing, man. Then somebody said, "Oh, they found a brain when they was pushing it through the morgue, and what actually was covered up, and the person told them it was a dead infant." And then by the time they realized what it was a brain, and somebody was like, "Oh, I'm just pushing the card. I don't know what's in this motherfucker," and they already got it in formaldehyde. So whatever it is all evidence is going.
Yeah, but it's so many witnesses that have different stories that go against the grain that you have to pull another investigation out about that. That's why it's always.
I heard a theory about that. Yo, ill status. I heard a theory about that those were CIA actors. Some of those witnesses were there to confuse people and give different stories.
I can believe that.
I was like, oh man, what? This shit getting deep.
I mean, that's a big assassination. So, I mean, you gotta have prompts and everybody there. I can go with that. But look at the driver though. The driver damn near even knew.
Like the driver damn near stopped on brakes all the way and put the shit in park.
Right. Yeah.
The driver almost put it in park, homie. It was like, shit, I'm gonna just stop right here and go get me some Starbucks. A lot of people don't know this. Do you know it was a police department across the street over there at Daily Plaza?
Yeah.
It's a police department. There. Broad daylight. In the middle of a parade, you blow the president's brain. I'm gonna play this clip from this police officer who went in the building. He was like, man, when I saw Lee Harvey Oswald, man, he was looking calm. He would have had to do a lot to do all of that in less than 90 seconds and to be not out of breath, just to be like, yeah, just regular.
Smell like no gun residue, nothing. You just walking clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever heard of Malcolm Wallace?
Of course.
Okay. Oh, so you done some research on this shit right here. This dude Malcolm Wallace.
We gotta put a case on it.
Oh yeah, Malcolm Wallace fingerprint. They had a fingerprint expert say, "Yo, look, man, I bet my career on this." He said, "If you get this many point matches in any case in America, yeah, your ass going to jail."
Mm-hmm.
The FBI was like, "Nah, this don't match. We don't think so." And then they lost it, and then it's gone. They lost it.
Yeah, mysteriously.
Oh my God, They lost it.
Mysteriously, it's vanished.
Niggas
still it's a lot of cases. It's a lot of inside cases with this same case that everybody have a part in it. If you really think about it, it's a lot of people that have something to do with it. Even his predecessor, like everybody has something to do with it. It was strategically done.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna play some more of these clips, man. You're more than welcome to call back as soon as you hear something. You're like, oh, I got to speak about that. Call right back, okay?
Indeed, I appreciate you, brother.
Phone lines are always open to the neighbors. Y'all got unlimited calls, man. Y'all can call it back to back to back if you want to.
Indeed, much love.
Man, much love to you, bro. Thanks for supporting the show in a major way. You the reason why we here.
Indeed. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. Y'all keep the lights on. Salute. Shout out to Foot Clan, man. Again, man, if you like this type of content, man, sign up for the membership, man. I'm giving y'all a sneak preview of some of the shit we're going to be doing this year. Different type of topics. I don't think the next time I do this, I'm going to leave it open to everybody. I think the next time it should be like a members only so we can really, really get into it, open panel and everything. Only reason I ain't doing the open panel right now because I got a lot of footage I'm trying to get to. I will drop the link out though. I will drop the link out there. All I ask is you have great audio. You got to have good audio. You can't be walking around, walking the dog. Can't be at work with loud noises saying, "Welcome to Hoochie Burger. Can I take your order?" You know what I'm saying? We need to have great audio, and I get you in and out. Or you can kick it a little bit. But yeah, I got to host this shit. Let's go.
Scientific and political intimidation instead of free choice. On guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operation.
That's the CIA. That's the CIA, man. That is the CIA, what he's describing right there. This special group of people have a special set of skills.
Highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published.
Who is he talking about? He's talking about the government. He's talking about the CIA. This is a whole nother entity within the government that I'm the fucking president. I ain't even got no control of. I'm shutting this shit down.
Its mistakes are buried, not headlined.
Your mistakes are buried, not headlined.
Its dissenters are silenced.
Your dissenters are silenced. We get you up out of here.
Not praised. No expenditure is questioned.
Spend whatever money you want to on whatever. No expenses or question.
No rumor is printed.
No rumor. Come on, man. This is April 27, 1961.
No secret is revealed. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people.
We got to let the people know. This is 1961, y'all. Wow. Okay. Anybody know when the Bay of Pigs was? 1961. April 17th through the 20th. April the 17th through the 20th. When did Kennedy do this address? The 27th. A week later. A week after the Bay of Pigs. He's out there telling people, it is shit going on. They are running whole other operations. They doing shit in silence. It's political. They using intelligence. They doing all kind of shit. The Bay of Pigs. April the 17th through the 20th of 1961, Kennedy did this secret society speech. They keep thinking, a lot of people say he talking about secret society too. I think he talking about that CIA and all of that. He's talking about what happened at the damn Bay of Pigs. In my opinion. You think it's a coincidence he giving that speech 7 days later? 7 days later, you think that's a coincidence that he's giving that speech? Talking about that? These people are doing covert ops. No checks and balances. Money just getting spent. Doing whatever the hell they want to. The preparations are, what did he say about the preparation? He said the preparations are not published. It's political. They're using military. They're using science. Like they're doing whatever they want to. It's a system. It's a system within a machine. What do you say? Guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. Subversion instead of elections. Infiltration instead of invasion. That's no coincidence he's giving that speech 7 days later. All right, let's go to this next shit. Shout out to Foot Clan. What up? Let's go to this next clip. All right, this is what we really about to go down this rabbit hole, man. Now, I gotta find this clip. We about to really go there now. This is 1 hour 10 seconds. Let me see. Let me go to my history and find my timestamp. Bear with me. I'm gonna find it now. I got you. Boom. Now I just need to find my timestamp. Now 110. Where's Will on this one? 110. Trying to get to my timestamps. Clip told me to be careful about this. Let's play it.
They were discussing ad nauseam when, in the late 1950s, they found out their father was in big trouble. A contract had been taken out on Joe Kennedy's life by the Purple Gang, the Jewish mafia of New York.
Sir Senior, hang up and call right back. I clicked the wrong button. So you ain't even on air. You just on the phone over here. Hang up and call right back. My bad. Yeah, I gotta answer you over here on the soundboard. I answer the phone like we at the crib in the studio. Okay, boom. I can call him right back. There we go. Yeah, watch this part though. This part gonna blow your mind after this, yo. It's gonna blow your mind. Smash the like button on the way
Hello?
in. Sir Senior, what up?
No, it's not Sir Scene. This is a black op agent, formerly known as Nobody.
Okay. I had you saved as Sir Senior over here. My bad.
Yeah, well, respectfully.
It's Sir
Sir
Senior. That nigga said I'm a black ops agent. Nigga, I looked at the phone, I looked at the computer, my heart started beating fast. I said, oh shit, they looking at me now, they about to get me. It's gonna make my computer blow up.
Yeah, they'll definitely, if you say to me them colors,
they ain't even got to do
the
too
white
much.
color, the purple color. You ain't supposed to be talking about them colors now.
Nigga, they just shut the Wi-Fi down. That's all they gonna do. They'll just shut my shit down or tell YouTube that give me a strike and this shit'll be over. But go ahead. What's up?
Nah. But yeah, I just thought it was 4 points that I thought was real crazy. That first, he talked about stopping them SS agencies who change money and all of that. Then all of a sudden, he got deleted. At the time of that deletion, old boy decided to slow down to a stop, and he ducked before any shots was fired.
Who's old boy? You talking about the vice president? Or you talking about
the driver?
Oh, the driver.
The driver. He slowed down to a complete stop. Like he had spinners up there, and he had to show it off for the hood.
Yeah.
And he ducked. Before even any shots were fired. He ducked. So he already know what it was. If you watch it, when you watch it, you'll see he starts to duck down, his shoulders raise up and everything. Because we did a whole thing about this, and there was a guy who did this reenactment of it, but they took it off of YouTube. He did a whole reenactment of it, and he broke down every little piece of it, and they took it off of YouTube. I tried to find his name, and you can't even find him.
It's all good.
And then I looked at it as this: between the 60s and the early 70s, they got rid of any influential, inspiring figures, white, black, or otherwise, who didn't get down with the get down. So anytime and each one of them had a public statement that they're not about, the cocaine enforcement agency or any secret societies or the government being able to take over all the citizens and just do whatever they want. Each one of them got destroyed. They got talked about in public. They was talked about how they was some type of hoe, and then next thing you know, they were dead. Okay. So I'm just saying, they deframe your character and then they kill you and say, all right, well, ain't nobody gonna miss you.
Yeah, you're right about that, big dog. I couldn't agree more.
Because you think about Martin, the only person they couldn't get Malcolm that way, but they still deframed this character and said, oh, well, he was turning against everybody and he was this or that. But they did Martin, JFK, the list go on. Even down to Bruce Lee, they say he was out with some hoe. And that nigga was gone writing a script. They said he was out with some hoe. Then all of a sudden, now he got a brain seizure. So, like I said, they'll get rid of you, man. If you get out of pocket, they'll get rid of you real quick. And then say some magic bullet, some magic pill, all types of foolishness. They'll get rid of you real quick. And stop talking about them colors, Mark, before they come after you. Small hat. I'm back in the chat, bro.
Y'all niggas trying to threaten me, man. I don't need that shit.
Yeah, they be after you, man.
Scared. I'm paranoid enough, nigga.
No, I'm telling you for real. You say too much and you search too much, your location will start blinking.
Okay, so
I've done it before.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna take my chances. Appreciate you. Scary ass nigga. Get y'all scary asses up out of here. Going Kyrie Irving with the shit tonight. Going Kyrie with it tonight, baby. Tell him to come and get me. Let's go.
Discussing ad nauseam when, in the late 1950s, they found out their father was in big trouble. A contract had been taken out on Joe Kennedy's life by the Purple Gang, the Jewish mafia of New York, who had accused him of swindling them out of a fortune. Joe Kennedy was...
Yo, shout out to these niggas, yo. Look how they took this picture, yo. Look how gangster this is. How they took this picture. Hey, look, this how real gangsters take pictures, homie. Yo, that's how a real gangster take a picture, homie. That's dope. Like, man, if you don't get that damn camera out of here, yeah, you get my hat. You can see my suit and my hat, homie. That's it. That's how real gangsters take pictures. Do not put your damn face out here, homeboy. All right, let's play some more of this.
Of New York, who had accused him of swindling them out of a fortune. Joe Kennedy was really scared, and he turned for help toward the one man in North America who he knew had the power to get the contract called off, Sam Giancana. Giancana had done business with Kennedy for years, so he agreed to help, but he wanted something for it.
What do you want? What do you want for it, though? You got to have something for it now. You got to get something for it. It's always a quid pro quo.
He was all too aware of Joe's political ambitions for his son and of JFK's outstanding good looks. He wanted assurances that if Jack one day made it to the White House, Joe Kennedy would see to it that the heat the two brothers had been trying to turn up on the mafia would be turned down. And, according to Chuck and Sam Giancana Jr., Joseph B. Kennedy, just to save his own skin, agreed.
Can you tell us anything about any of your operations?
Now look, now this public record right here. Now this Sam Giancana up here testifying in front of Congress. But you know, he kept pleading the fifth, and they gave him immunity. Like, yo, you got to talk to us. He was like, I'm still pleading the fifth. You can't take that away from
Joseph B. Kennedy.
They did a good movie about it too.
Giggle every time I ask you a question.
Here we go.
Agreed.
Can you tell us anything about any of your operations, or just giggle every time I ask you a question?
Decline that because I honestly believe my answer might tend to incriminate me.
I thought only little girls giggled with the Giancana.
In this way, a very confused situation was created because Sam Giancana, the very kind of mob boss whom the Kennedys had been fighting so hard through the McClellan Committee to put in jail, now thought that they should and would be grateful to him.
As they should. You like, hold on, homie. I helped your pops out, right? All right, let's fast forward. Let's go to this other segment. Let's go to another segment. 133.50. Now this is something that I thought was crazy right here. Let me see. Is this the part? Where my man at? Start talking about Malcolm Wallace. Let me see.
He was every bit as unscrupulous as any mob boss and willing to do absolutely anything for power. This was a man who'd had.
Now, hold on. Now they're talking about how dirty Lyndon B. Johnson was. Let's hear this. Let's talk about how dirty this dude Lyndon B. was.
His attitude, of course, stood in marked contrast to the man whom Kennedy was saddled with as his running mate. Anyone who has any doubts about the moral rectitude of the average American politician of that time, there's only to look at the career of Lyndon Baines Johnson to see that, generally speaking, they were worse than the mafia itself. From his involvement with the Box 13 scandal and through all of his dealings with his crooked Texan business associates.
Stop right there. Box 13. Y'all ever heard about Lyndon B. Johnson and Box 13? How he damn near stole this election. A lot of people saying, like, oh my God. Let me see if I can pull that up. I got to come back to that. Let me write that down. I got to do I had to do a whole one on Lyndon B. Johnson, bro. Let me write this down. I got to write this down. Go back to Lyndon, LBJ, Box 13, stolen election. But this shit kicked off his political career. This was the first one.
Associate Billy Solestes, LBJ proved again and again that he was every bit as unscrupulous as any mob boss and willing to do absolutely anything for power. This was a man who'd had his own sister, Josepha, murdered by his...
Now this is where it's about to get deep. Y'all ever heard of this theory? That Lyndon B. Johnson had his sister murdered? His sister was very promiscuous. According to what they say in history, that his sister was promiscuous, had a big mouth, she was a heavy drinker and shit like that. Said Lyndon B. Johnson had her deleted, unlived, TKO'd, got up out of there. He checked all the boxes. I got to pull up this Box 13 for y'all. I wrote it down so we can come back to it. But check what they're about to say, what Lyndon B. Johnson did to his sister.
Personal hitman, a highly intelligent and psychopathic killer named Malcolm Wallace.
Woo! This dude, Malcolm Wallace, was a beast. Killed the man, a golf pro, in broad daylight. Got found guilty. Walked out of court with 5 years suspended sentence probation. Come on, bro. How you get found guilty of murder, walk out of courtroom on probation? What?
Never heard of it.
Huh? Never heard of that. Yes, Malcolm Wallace is a killer. Got found guilty. Got probation.
Murdered by his personal hit.
And they just start looking up LBJ's hitman. You'll see Malcolm Wallace everywhere.
Man, a highly intelligent and psychopathic killer named Malcolm Wallace.
Now, allegedly, one theory is he was in that building that they say Oswald was at. There was a thumbprint found. It was a fingerprint found. I don't know if it was a thumb, but it was a fingerprint found like on an item. Let's say it was a cardboard box, right? They had this analyzed years later. Somebody said, hey, look, I got an 8-point match or whatever it is. The CIA was like, nah, I don't know. Let us check it out. The FBI, whatever. They sent it into the FBI. The FBI checked this like, nah, that ain't right. And we lost it. And we lost it. Okay. Yeah, Malcolm Wallace. Check this out.
Who later shot dead the golf professional, John Douglas Kinzer. When this case...
Man, I ain't making this shit up. He shot this golf pro at the country club in front of everybody, yo.
Who later shot dead the golf professional, John Douglas Kinzer. When this case came to court, it revealed to the American public how totally corrupt the justice system had become, because LBJ was able to get Wallace off with a 5-year suspended sentence.
Jury returns murder indictment against Wallace in Kinzer shooting. Man, y'all just look this stuff up, man. Y'all ain't got to take my word for it. You do not have to take my word for it. Just look this up. Malcolm Wallace, jury returns murder. Cause that was LBJ's boy. That was his boy. They say he was at the hotel across the street from the courthouse and had a runner coming back and forth telling them what was going on in between. In between the arguments. Okay. Yeah, he'll shoot him for real, for real. All right, let's keep going. Y'all smash the like button on the way in the room. Y'all let me know what y'all think too. What do y'all think happened to JFK? Let's talk about it.
Found guilty of murder 1, he walked free that very day. This was the sort of corruption which was running rife through the American political system when Fidel Castro overthrew the right-wing government of Fulgencio Batista in 1959.
Then this caused some problem too with the mafia, because once Fidel Castro took over, he ended all of that mafia casinos and all of that. He ended a lot of stuff that was going on in Cuba. Fidel Castro said, no, we're not doing all of that, all this pimping and prostituting in the damn casinos and blah, 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 blah.
Few people are aware that by this advanced stage in
and the mafia got mad. Watch this.
Their relation.
And they wanted the government, to help us with Cuba. We're going to help you with Cuba. You help us with Cuba because it's good for business for us.
The CIA and the mafia were together employing the Giancana tactic of supporting both sides in a war.
Come on, man. You can look some of this stuff up, but let me find my next timestamp. I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole with y'all on a different topic. I want to stay on this one topic. It's so much, man. So much stuff out here, and there's a lot of information that's public now. You can look up. 1:30 right there. Let me go to this timestamp. But shout out to my boy Sir Senior, man. I got his name still on the screen. Let me take his name off the screen. Shout out to my boy Sir Senior for calling in. Salute, salute, salute. Put the phone number back on the screen so y'all can call in and voice your opinion, and you can tell me what you think happened to JFK. Let's go. Let's take Malcolm Wallace off the screen. I'll put something else up real quick. All right, let me go to this next one. Let's go to this next one. 133.
Speaking, a golf pro on a par 3 will hit.
All right, so we're going
to cover this eventuality, must have at least considered having.
All right, let me fix the speed now. I'm good.
One assassin run up to the limousine to attempt a point-blank range mafia-style shooting.
Nah, that ain't it.
The plot could even wind up looking silly and themselves ridiculous. There was only one answer. They would have to control the president's protection, the Secret Service.
Okay. This is them talking about how the Secret Service was involved. Let's get into it.
Have at least considered having one assassin run up to the limousine to attempt a point-blank range mafia-style shooting should the others miss. But then another problem appeared. Supposing their assassin couldn't run quick enough to jump on a speeding car. Little by little, the realization hit home. The plot could even wind up looking silly and themselves ridiculous. There was only one answer. They would have to control the president's protection, the Secret Service.
Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Look at my man right here trying to get to the car. He's trying to get to the car. He's like, whoa, what you doing? What you doing? Whoa. Look at my man like, yo, what are we doing? Yeah, okay, what the fuck? Look at him waving arms like, damn, bro, you ain't gonna let me do my job? You know I'm supposed to be. What the hell is going on? Look at him. Look at him felling on like, bro, what's up? Hold up, bro. What the hell are you doing? Okay. Listen to this.
Sturgis.
Were you ever?
Fell along with them were Jerry Patrick Hemming, an American mercenary like Sturgis.
Were you ever offered money to assassinate President Kennedy?
Directly. On numerous occasions.
This dude said directly. People was hiring him to asking him to get involved. Let's see this guy. What are you talking about with him?
Cuban pilot called Pedro Diaz-Lanz and his friend Orlando Bosch. At first, Marita assumed this was to be just another arms smuggling engagement, just like many others she'd been on before. However, when they reached their Dallas motel, they were visited by someone Marita had met many times before, CIA agent E. Howard Hunt, who stayed almost an hour and paid Sturgis with cash stuffed in a very large envelope.
Now, y'all know E. Howard Hunt now. Y'all remember him from Watergate, right? Oh, yeah, he been with the shits. Been with the shits. Y'all ever heard of what happened to E. Howard Hunt's wife? Y'all ever heard what happened to E. Howard Hunt's wife? She was in a plane crash. And allegedly, it was a journalist, it was a lady journalist on that plane crash that had a lot of information in regards to the Kennedy assassination and Watergate. And she said, I'm gonna spill all the beans. That whole plane crash. December the 8th, outside of Chicago, Midway Airport. It was Dorothy Hunt, E. Howard Hunt's wife. Yeah. Right there on the plane. All right, let's play some more of this.
This was the evening of November 21st, 1963.
Now, the day before his death, it was alleged a secret meeting. It was alleged secret meeting.
And Marita began to get worried.
Let me see if I can find that. It was a secret meeting, and in the secret meeting, let's see who all was supposed to be there.
Riflemen, who they were. Tosh Plumley flew several assassins into Dallas. People had made similar journeys that day for the visit, and when he told her that for this one time it had to be confidential, she decided she wanted out. Marita had no way of knowing that a great number of other people had made similar journeys that day. CIA pilot Tosh Plumley flew several assassins into Dallas Love Field without even being told who they were. From all over the country, radio operators, riflemen, drivers, false ID suppliers like Chauncey Holt and Bernard Barker, and getaway pilots like David Ferry converged on the city. Whilst at the home of oilman Clint Murchison, a group of his Nazi friends were congregating to celebrate Kennedy's imminent demise. Due to the testimony of LBJ's mistress, Madeline Duncan Brown, the mother of his illegitimate son.
Oh, yeah, he had a side baby out here. He a real nigga. LBJ out here with a side baby.
We now know that amongst these guests were J. Edgar Hoover and
J. Edgar Hoover,
his homosexual lover, Clyde Tolson, who stood to lose the millions they'd invested in their host's oil business.
Because JFK was trying to mess up this oil. He was taking away them tax breaks for some of these oil makers. So this is your boy right here, J. Edgar Hoover, and Kennedy was trying to replace him. LBJ got in the office. You know what he did to J. Edgar Hoover? Said, man, you the FBI director until you die, man. You got it for life. Till you don't want to do it no more.
If Kennedy lived. Hoover also knew Kennedy wanted to replace him as head of the FBI. The two Brown brothers of Brown Brothers Harriman, who along with Cliff Carter, John Connolly, and Senator Joseph Yarborough stood to lose millions from lost defense contracts because they knew JFK wanted to end the Vietnam War.
Trying to end the war. So they're going to lose the money from the So you got some people here that's going to lose money in oil. You got some people here that's going to lose money when it comes to to the defense contracts.
Also present were Joseph Sevilla, head of the mafia in Dallas, and the mayor of Dallas, Earl Cable, the CIA men who knew the president was serious about smashing the Central Intelligence Agency.
Okay, did you hear that?
Were Joseph Sevilla, head of the mafia in Dallas.
So that's the mob.
And the mayor of Dallas, Earl Cable.
So the mob and the mayor is
the
there.
CIA men who knew the president was serious about smashing the Central Intelligence Agency because he'd already fired Cable's brother, Charles.
He had fired your brother already. He fired your brother, Charles Cable. Okay.
Having a drink with them was Chase Manhattan Bank chief John McCloy, a confirmed Nazi who had shared a box with Hitler at the 1936 Berlin Olympic Games, and mafia chieftain Carlos Marcello, who felt nicely at home rubbing shoulders with Sam Giancana's representatives Jack Ruby, Richard Nixon, and Harrelson Lafayette Hunt.
Come on, fam. It's getting deep. Let's keep going.
The media were
Let's
represented
go.
by Eamon G. Carter, and the only one who might have felt a little out of place as he awaited his boss was the world-class marksman and serial killer Malcolm Wallace. Late in the evening, Lyndon Baines Johnson finally turned up and briefly went into the party. When he came out to greet Madeleine Brown, she said he was euphoric.
He was like, oh, this shit going down.
Let's go back to the night before. When Johnson came out of the meeting, what did he say to you?
He was so angry. He had a violent temper when he was upset.
Well, let's use the exact words that he said to you. What did he say to you?
He grabbed me by the arm and he had this deep voice. And he said, after tomorrow, those SOBs will never embarrass me again. That's no threat. That's a promise.
Johnson had clearly been told by the people in that room that everything was ready. The next morning, the president...
He was happy. He said, man, this shit going down. It's over. It's over for this dude. It's a wrap.
Handles provided for the purpose. Position on a Secret Service agent, Henry J. Rickber.
Secret Service agent Henry J. Rickber. Now watch this.
It is immediately apparent that something is wrong. A Secret Service agent, Henry J. Rickber, tries to take up his proper position on the president's limousine, holding on to these handles provided for the purpose, and is ordered to stand down by Emory Roberts.
Oh, look at Emory Roberts said, stand down, bitch. We got it today. You ain't got to do all of that.
Provided for the purpose, and is ordered to stand down by Emory.
Because you standing there, you're going to block the shot. If he was standing there on them handlebars behind that vehicle, it would have blocked the shot.
Emory Roberts. Let's just look at Rickber's reaction again.
Look at this.
He is quite clearly disgusted.
Look at my man telling him to stand down.
Provided for the purpose, and is ordered to stand down by Emory Roberts. Let's just look at Rickber's reaction again.
Look at my man right here. My man right here, the one that told him to sit your ass down. Get out of there.
He is quite clearly disgusted. Why aren't they letting him do his job? And as the car glides into Dallas, we can now see how the removal of his Secret Service protection has opened the president up to a field of fire from almost any direction. It's plain from these pictures that as the motorcade moved on into Dallas, the Secret Service, meant to protect the president, remained crowded together on the vehicle behind.
Them niggas out the way. Out the way.
While traveling in the pilot car some 400 yards ahead, three men are smiling as they see everything is going to plan. Crichton, Lumpkin, and Whitmire have used their influence to remove the military protection which should have been amongst the crowd. And once the people lining the parade route...
This is crazy, man. This dude was a sitting duck, yo. A sitting duck, man. What's up, Champion Heart Rap Star? What's good, man?
But 10 deep in places, Lumpkin has seen to it that the police have let almost no one into the would-be crime scene.
Crazy.
Pausing at the corner of Houston and Elm, Lumpkin is seen exchanging reassurances with one of his men. Yes, he tells him, the hit is on.
Oh, man. This is bad.
Glancing discreetly upwards, he sees Weatherford and the best Cuban sniper, Eladio Del Valle.
Ooh, who's this guy? Y'all ever heard of him? Okay.
Preparing to fire. The signal is passed to the other snipers to get into position.
Let's go.
Having been let into the Daltex building by oil baron Harrelson Hunt, Eugene Hale Brading unlocks the second floor broom closet. A client of New Orleans lawyer G. Ray Gill, who also represents mafia boss Carlos Marcello, Brading has a getaway pilot waiting, whom Gill employs as a private detective, David Ferry.
You look like a David Ferry too. Get your eyebrows home. Look at his eyebrows. Yeah, he looked like a David Ferry.
He opens the window, and as Charles Nicoletti loads his rifle, Richard Kane listens to his radio. Car coming.
Look at him right there, yo. Look at him.
Get ready. Closing the door, Milwaukee Phil Aldericio guards the corridor with 2 Cubans, Rolando Mesferrer and Rolando Otero. This basic pattern was established all over the plaza. A sniper next to a radio man, alongside a second marksman who could take over should the first want to back out at the last moment. Each team was then guarded by more assassins, mainly Cubans, who made sure no one interfered with each group. It all sounds quite professional, and the truth is, it was.
Yo, this is crazy, yo. This is crazy. You should have never turned down going down this street, right? You should have just kept
Sam
going straight.
Giancarlo's spot.
Why do you take that sharp turn, go down, well, you got to slow all the way down, and then you're going right here under the, come on, fam. It's a wrap.
And the Chicago police force, Richard Kane, was an electronics and wiretapping expert.
And yo, low-key, all these people that they naming is dead now, too. All these people start getting murked. They start getting murked. He said, yo, Mark, you right. JFK didn't have a chance. I saw a video that showed the driver turn around and shoot JFK. That's why Jackie was trying to get out of the car. I don't know about that. I was always told she reached back and grabbed his brain and a piece of his skull. That's what she reached back and grabbed. I thought she was running, trying to get the hell up out of there too. I always thought every year she was like, oh shit, let me get the hell up out of this car. They're killing everybody. But what happened was, from what I heard, that's what she grabbed. From all accounts, she got that skull, piece of his skull that went back there, and she held on to it till she got to the doctor. But shit, I'm open to all conspiracy theories. Call in 44692-1766. I'm excited to hear what you guys think about this.
Spoke 5 languages. Up on the grassy knoll with his childhood friend Charles Harrison.
That's Woody Harrelson's dad. Y'all know that? He said, I'm the one that did the kill shot. Some stories that he didn't do the kill shot, but he was involved, allegedly. 410, you got the flow. What's your name? Where you from?
All right, what's up, Mark? It's Jerry.
Talk to me, Jerry. What's up?
Hey, man, this is good shit here. I'm not, I like a good conspiracy as much as the next guy, but this one here has probably been my all-time favorite because an assassination like this, especially with his brother being assassinated, it lends to there was some type of conspiracy no matter who did it. But one of the most popular opinions that I've heard, well, at least an opinion that I've heard about it, is the mafia. The mafia did it because his brother, Kennedy's brother, and Kennedy himself were big time trying to snuff out the mafia back then. They were really taking it, and that's back in like the mafia heyday. And they were big proponents for doing away with it. And, and that's their style to, that's how they do business. If you cause a problem, they're going to kill you. And that's one of the conspiracies that I think the mafia did it. Well, they had a hitman do it. But then the other one is what you touched on earlier is the Vietnam War. There's a lot of people that were making big money off of that, and they didn't want that to stop. And so, what you had, but
yeah,
from all I really got.
Yeah, I heard there was a lot of people a lot of his enemies had that dinner party the day before. Look, one of the people, Daily Plaza, the guy with that building that he died in, that book depository is owned by one of the ops. You know what I'm saying? He owned the building. I think that was Dulles' brother, the CIA director brother. I gotta check my information in my notes. But like I said, I touched on this topic, man. Whenever I'm just looking at stuff for this, my wife be like, "Here we go again." She was like, "You and this JFK shit, let it go." She said, "You think you gonna crack the case, nigga?" I told her, I said,
"What do you think?"
Man, I I have a couple theories, man. I don't have one solid one. I definitely believe this guy Malcolm Wallace was involved. That's LBJ's boy. So to believe that, that means LBJ is involved. He also had the most of the game. You know, LBJ was in some trouble legally. You know what I'm saying? Him and one of the senators, or was it the senator or the rep? I think it was the senator. But basically, he was in trouble. He was about to damn near get impeached. Bobby Kennedy was about to come after his ass. They was low key about to get LBJ out of there. LBJ, I got that part too. I'm gonna pull it up.
That was a violent, turbulent time, man. The 60s, you know, there was a lot of assassinations and just crazy political uproar and all kinds of debauchery. No different than Biden right now getting caught with those classified documents that he was dogging Trump about. You know, and now he's got caught. He had him in his house. He's had him for years, not a year like Trump, but years. So, you know, man, it's scary to imagine the real shit that goes on in government.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, because you know damn well it ain't the bullshit that we get funneled down through local news and even world news. There's shit going on there that, man, it's scary to imagine what could possibly be taking place. That's a good topic, man. I'm glad to see that when you veer from boxing, you don't go straight to race stuff all the time like a lot of channels do.
No, yeah.
That shit gets old after a while.
Yeah, that's all they got, man. That's they won.
All right, buddy.
That's they won.
All right, brother.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right, good, though.
All right. All right. Yeah, man. But I like this theory right here that they got right here. This is a different theory, but I actually like this one, but it's very possible we may never know in our lifetime, unfortunately, right? It's very possible in our lifetime. Like, I definitely believe the CIA was involved, girl behind the mic. And Memo, the reason why I said that is because who and what are you protecting? That the American people can't know who killed their president. This shit should not be nothing and this should be more outrage from the American people. This should be more outrage from anybody out there. Like, hold up. This guy was the president. He got killed. You guys have information that you saying we can't let you know until 75 years. Why not? Why not? Should be total outrage. We're not going to tell you the truth until 75. Hey, look, they pushed it back. You know what I'm saying? The stuff was supposed to come out in 2017. It was like, nah. Donald Trump pushed it back. Now Biden's released some, but it's less than 10% of all the files that we should be getting. Why not? Let's play some more of this documentary though. Yeah, we reacting to it. I'm just, yeah, we're gonna do them 60 assassinations too. I think a lot of people got an interest in that, so we're gonna do. I'll probably do a week of that too. Of the assassinations of the 60s, and I'll pick a different assassination each week. And that'll give me a chance to double back on my JFK shit. I got some more for this, but I do JFK and Bobby Kennedy. Well, I do the Kennedys and everything that happened around there. Cause y'all remember Chappaquiddick? How you say Chappaquiddick? Chappaquiddick? Well, Chappa killed it, damn it. Ted Kennedy killed the chick in the damn car driving off the bridge, man. We're gonna talk about it. So y'all ain't know y'all didn't know. Yeah, y'all didn't know I was into that. I love a little history.
Stood the diminutive Charles Frederick Rogers, a nuclear physicist who worked in seismology for Shell Oil.
Man, had some smart motherfuckers in here, but they had a lot to lose. So when Jerry and people was talking about the Vietnam and people losing their contracts, that's one thing. But what about the CIA? What about the oil? What the companies? He was changing their subsidiaries. What about the mafia? Going after the mafia after allegedly they helped get him the votes that he needed in Illinois. He's in a room full of people. It's a room full of people that want him dead, and they all in Dallas.
He was also friends with David Ferry in the Civil Air Patrol.
Let's go.
Held a PhD and taught at the University of Texas. The Texas oilmen, mafia dons, merchant bankers, and military industrialists had assembled the all-time dream team of professional killers. They were
He didn't stand a chance.
there to make absolutely certain their king died.
And then, you know, these guys end up getting involved. Getting elected. Listen to this dude. Listen to this shit right here.
Other end of the 6th floor,
Here we go.
and they knew it. Arranging his sniper's nest at the other end of the 6th floor, Sturgis was the first to be spotted by.
Now he's at the other end of the 6th floor depository. He's all the way at the other end. Keep in mind, over here in this top left corner, all the way over here, this is what's supposed to be. I don't know if y'all can see the mouse. Yeah, y'all should be able to see it. This is where Oswald's supposed to be, out this far window. Sturgis is here. Check this out.
By Arnold Rowland.
Arnold Rowland, look, stop crying, nigga. Arnold Rowland crying. Oh yeah, he's probably. I'm sorry. This is probably right after the president got killed. So my bad, Arnold. Put a case on me.
I just looking around and we noticed a man up in the window.
Oh, he just have a natural looking cry face. He ain't even crying. That's just he just got a resting cry face. He's smiling.
I just looking around and we noticed a man up in the window, and I remarked to my wife, tried to point him out, and remarked that he must be a security guard, Secret Service agent.
So the window then that you're referring to is on the opposite end of the building from where the main entrance to the building is.
Yes, it is on the other side of the building. And he had a rifle. It looked like a high-powered rifle because it had a scope which looked in relation to the size of the rifle to be a big scope.
A moment later, 15-year-old Amos Ewins caught sight of one of the Sturgis-trained Cubans, Ignacio Novosampol. Even more significantly, Richard Randolph Carr, a steel construction worker who was looking for a job in the new Dallas courthouse, which was then under construction, stared out from his 7th floor vantage point and saw Malcolm Wallace taking position to fire. Testifying at the trial of Clay Shaw, he gave a minutely detailed description of a very heavy-set man in a sports jacket who wore large framed glasses. He could see the man so clearly, he even said his eyeglasses had large earpieces.
Look at these large earpieces.
America, the home of the brave and the land of the free, was about to discover.
This your man right here with the large earpieces right here, though. This how he looked. It's your boy. Smash the like button on the way in the room. It's your boy right here, Malcolm Wallace. I'm telling you, man. I don't put nothing past Malcolm Wallace on me.
He gave a minutely detailed description of fire.
Yeah, got the curly hair, the glasses.
Testifying, heavy-set man,
All right.
and Mafia Giancana
All right, let's go.
to murder their own commander-in-chief. One of the men they were working for, Sam Giancana, said this proved that in reality, there was no such thing as white hats and black hats. That notion, he said, was just a sham for saps to cling to.
The one thing I recognized.
You heard that clips? He said, ain't no such thing as white hats and black hats, man. Well, shit, we all in this together.
One of the men they were working for, Sam Giancana, said this proved that in reality, there was no such thing as white hats and black hats.
All right, let me go to this. All right, let's watch this part. All right, this part right here, might have to skip over this because y'all already know what this is. Y'all already know what this is. Nah, we're gonna play it. We're gonna push the limit. Let's go.
It's really, they're all in bed together. They all do business together.
Now watch this, y'all. Watch this shit.
It was now that Abraham Zapruder pressed the trigger on his 8mm cine camera. Ever since that moment, the world has accepted that what he recorded was the definitive account of what really happened. What people must appreciate is that what they have just seen is not at all what really happened. Had you actually been there on the day, this is what you would have seen.
That look up top like dude. Now what happened? That shit slowed all the way down.
And doesn't that?
But did you see her grab the skull right there? She after he get hit, she like boom. She like, oh, let me grab this. She grabs that.
And doesn't that look a great deal more suspicious than just exactly what did happen?
All right, let's go to that. Let's go to what they think happened. So boom, let's go.
A single shot by 4 stages.
They said it was 4 stages. Let's go.
To begin with, Dulles, Lansdale, and Atlee Phillips had tried to get over the problem of volley fire, blowing the president's head clean off by firing in 4 stages. Stage 1 was meant to be a single shot by Charles Nicoletti into the back of Kennedy's head from the Daltex building some 40 yards behind. Had he succeeded, the plotters would have had the single assassin with 1 bullet story they wanted. But in his excitement, the mafia assassin squeezed the trigger too soon. His bullet ricocheted off the hard chrome sill of the limo's back seat and struck the curb beneath the overpass, sending up a sharp piece of concrete which scratched James Tague's face. Watch again.
Now watch this little girl right here to the far right.
We clearly see how this little girl stops running and her gaze looks directly at where the shot originated and not up at the 6th floor of the depository. It was now that Umbrella Man.
Here we go, Umbrella Man. This dude got an umbrella out here. Why you got an umbrella for? I remember it was one theory that the Umbrella Man was the one who did it. Some people had showed how he could have a fake gun in there, but then they ended up talking to him years later. He was like, nah, man, it was just a protest against what was going on. So some people thought Umbrella Man that did it. What's up, Reg? Kid is back. What up, though? All right, let's play this next clip.
Took over. Standing right at the curbside, it was his job, should the first shot miss, to give a clear visual signal.
Look at my man right here with the radio, the black dude right here. What he looking at and pointing up to? What is he signaling to? Look at this one CIA guy right here. He's looking up and away. This guy's looking up and away. This guy right here is looking straight across. This person is looking up. This lady right here is looking a different way. This lady over here is looking this way. See, because what we were hearing is like, man, it was a series of shots. Some people are saying, nah, it was more than just 3. They was like, man, it's about 17 shots fired, man. The governor, Conley, is quoted as saying, my God, they're gonna kill us all. Okay. Let's play some more of it. Let's go.
Target is not injured. The intelligence
Who is this dude on the radio?
chiefs knew that if this situation occurred, Kennedy would now be moving rapidly away from the first sniper. They knew the only way to make sure of getting him was to fusillade the car. So a moment later, 2 rifles tried to fire from directly in front at exactly the same time.
And that's very possible. Shit, if you ever watched that movie with saving not Saving Private Ryan, but Captain Phillips with Tom Hanks, they killed those Somalian pirates. Remember they shot them all. They shot all the people at the same time. All the damn Secret Service and the damn Navy SEAL people. They shot them at the exact same time. You got your guy. You got your guy. Ready, set, bang. Hit all of them at the exact same time. So is it possible? Yeah, it's very possible. Is it true? I don't know.
To deceive witnesses into thinking there was only 1 shot.
You said you'd kill President Kennedy. At the same time, I said I had killed the judge. I said I had killed Kennedy. Well, do you believe Lee Harvey Oswald killed President Kennedy? We'll get back to that. Alone, without any aid from a rogue agency of the U.S. government, or at least a portion of that agency. I believe you're very naive if you do.
Harrelson's bullet hit JFK in the throat, and another gunman, hiding in a culvert 50 yards away, up in the embankment of the overpass, made the hole in the windscreen, which was later seen by Dr. Evalier Glanges.
Presidential limousine was there. Had been staying there for some time.
Like this picture right here, though. Let me go back to this picture. Let me find that one picture again. This picture right here is, let me screenshot this. Look at this, though. They're looking, why is this Secret Service guy looking up near the back? This other Secret Service guy's looking across over here by the nose. This lady right here, she's looking the other way. These other people looking the other way. Okay.
Should the first shot.
Let me just get back to the spot, though. I'm just saying, shit blowing my mind. I love it, though. Let's go.
Emergency room. Talked to my friend next to me and said, look, there's a bullet hole in the windshield, and pointed it out to them. But it was very clear. It was a through and through bullet hole through the windshield of the car from the front to the back.
As Kennedy emerges from behind the road sign, his distress is clear, while Governor Connolly remains composed. This single frame of the Zapruder film makes nonsense of the single bullet theory, because it's quite clear both men have not been struck at the same time.
Yeah, Kennedy is clearly clutching at his chest. I mean, at his neck and his throat. Wow. Blowing my mind, son. I love it, though. I love it. I'm going to play some more. Let me load these screenshots up right here. Boom. All right, cool.
Kennedy has now passed through 2 layers of fire and has not been hit in the head. To cover this eventuality, the assassins were given a simple instruction: fusillade the car with everything. So that in the next few moments, the 5 remaining riflemen fired, causing the Secret Service agent riding in the front passenger seat, Roy Kellerman, to report a feeling like a jet sonic boom as the hail of bullets whistled into the car. It is now more than 3 seconds after Kennedy is hit in the throat that Frank Sturgis misses his target altogether and blows out 5 inches of Governor Connolly's ribs, compressing his lungs and puffing his cheeks with a bullet.
Now that cheek, yeah, look at his cheek right there. His cheek hanging off his face right there. Look at his cheek. Now he's hit. Now Connolly's
ribs.
Now Connolly's hit.
That Frank Sturgis misses his target altogether and
because Kennedy is already
after Kennedy is hit in the throat.
Hit.
That Frank Sturgis misses his target altogether and blows out 5 inches of Governor Connolly's ribs,
now he's
compressing his lungs and puffing his cheeks with a bullet which quite clearly struck at far too steep an angle to come from the other end of the depositor, which quite ribs. Frank Sturgis misses his target altogether and blows out with a bullet which quite clearly struck in almost the same instant. Eladio Del Valle hit the governor in the wrist, Weatherford fired into his thigh, and Nicoletti's second shot hit the chrome frame of the window. A moment later, the best marksman, Malcolm Wallace, shot Kennedy in his upper back, the bullet strike witnessed and recorded by all the Secret Service men in the following car. Jackie Kennedy starts looking concerned, and yet even now there are no obvious signs that her husband, held upright by his back brace, has been shot twice. The assassins have so far failed to hit him in the head, and it is now that they play the ace up their sleeve.
Uh-oh.
Here we can finally answer the riddle of where on an empty street you can hide a man with a rifle, and how he can manage to shoot a man speeding past him in a limousine. The answer is that he can't, and that is why the driver, William Greer, looked around twice to see whether Kennedy had been hit in the head, and when he saw he hadn't, as dozens of...
Now people say this is him reaching back with a gun, but I don't see that.
Twice to see whether Kennedy had been hit in the head, and when he...
I see this line right here appearing because he moved his body. That's the line on the other side of the street. People said there was an arm and a gun being raised.
Managed to shoot a man speeding past him in a limousine. The answer is that he can't, and that is why the driver, William Greer, looked around twice to see whether Kennedy had been hit in the head.
Why you ain't speeding off yet?
And when he saw he hadn't, as dozens of witnesses, including police officers, confirmed, he stopped the car completely.
His orders was to slow down for the rest of the guys.
This is Greer, the driver of the...
And this is Bobby Hargis. He was one of the motorcycle police officers on the scene.
Presidential limousine.
Yeah, presidential limousine. Slow down almost to stop.
It is now that most people have been led to believe that Kennedy was shot in the head by Charles Boyd Harrelson, the sniper standing on the grassy knoll.
Aaron, what up?
This is not true. Because if we look at the angle of elevation of a shot from that area, it's obvious that a shot originating from above and right would have pushed Kennedy's head down and left, whereas it's quite clear that his head is knocked upwards and to the left by the impact. So where did that bullet come from? Incredibly, the answer has lain hidden in the most well-known and iconic image from the assassination.
Watch this, y'all.
Of the motorcycle policeman.
Watch this, man. Now watch what the motorcycle cop gonna do when he get off. This is kind of crazy. Watch this.
Heaving his bike onto its stand. Look now as we freeze frame him here.
He's looking down. What is he looking at?
This is the moment when the whole world was looking up the hill toward the man who had fired from the grassy knoll. But that is not where the police officer is looking.
He probably smells some gunpowder.
He is looking down into the...
He probably smelling something or he probably hearing something.
Because that is where that shot at a stationary car came from.
Oh my God. Oh, I still got Jerry from Baltimore up here. Oh my God. Phone lines are open. 404-692-1766. Call me now. Tell me what you think of this theory. This theory is saying the kill shot came from this manhole. Now, I've seen some people debunk this, But that road is, they was like, oh nah, it's too the angle and all of this. I was like, man, we talking about over 50 years ago. That street has been paved over a whole bunch of times in 50 years. Come on, man. From the sewer drain. They saying it came from the sewer drain. What? Y'all ever heard of this theory? Blew my mind. Blew my mind, man. I need to load up my blew my mind drop. Whoa. It said it came, somebody said Gunatello. Yo, that's creative. They said it came from the sewer drain. He said the sewer theory has been debunked. It was the grassy knoll. I've heard some people say the sewer theory has not been debunked because they did not compensate for the time and the pavement of the road. They trying to do it. They trying to do it now. They said, nah, it's too low of an angle. Nah. Back then it was perfect, according to this theory. Shout out to my boy Haplo, Sauce and Flow in the building. Rock from Brockton. What up? All right. Phone lines are open 44692-1766. Tell me, who do you believe got JFK up out of here, man? Who did it? What happened in JFK? What's your theory? Call in.
The shot which all of the well-known assassination witnesses described as coming from behind the picket fence missed completely and ripped up the grass at Gene Hill's feet.
Uh-oh. See that grassy no shot said it ripped up, it missed. It missed. It hit right here by Gene feet.
She did not even notice.
She didn't even notice.
But we know this is true because the FBI told her so. So who were the men who fired unseen from the storm drains on Elm Street?
Boom, got him right there.
One thing we know is that they were very young and had to be brought into the conspiracy because they had to crawl into a filthy, smelly sewer, something which the older, experienced mafia assassins would never have dreamed of doing. They were basically two kids looking for excitement. The first was Curtis Laverne Crayford.
Did they say Curtis Crawford? This dude related to Terrence Crawford?
Basically two
Did you say Crawford?
kids looking for excitement. The first was Curtis Laverne Crayford.
Crayford. I thought he said Crawford. I was like, damn, Bud Crawford, you was involved in this shit? Joking. Let's play some more of this. This is blowing my mind.
Also known as Larry Crayford.
Larry. Okay.
Formerly CIA, he had worked for Ruby at the Carousel Club. And Ruby had told everyone his name was Lee Harvey Oswald until Lee Harvey Oswald walked in. But while above ground, the world was taking pictures and running and screaming and trying to figure out what had happened. The other young man was stumbling along 400 yards of a reeking, fetid Dallas sewer pipe to emerge from this culvert. And he was not Lee Harvey Oswald, or Roscoe White, or J.D. Tippit, nor even a Cuban or Russian communist. His name was Jack Allen Lawrence. And we know that after stumbling up this bank, he turned up 15 minutes later at the Lincoln Mercury car showroom, where he'd obtained a job with false references, pale, sweating, and on a hot, sunny day in Dallas, covered in mud.
And look at this. So this dude comes in there covered in mud. Now he got a fake ID and everything, got this job. He's covered in mud. His people at work know something is strange with this guy. Like, yo, he's acting a little funny. Let's call the police on his ass.
Telling his co-workers, Albert Bogard and Robert Tater, he had been ill that morning. He stumbled into the men's room.
Now, what I don't like about this narrator, Haplo said, somebody got an English accent and you believe him. No. I don't know what to believe. I don't believe the official story. And I damn sure think it's weird that the CIA is still keeping information from the American public about who killed their president.
Where he'd obtained a job with false references. Pale, sweating, and on a hot, sunny day in Dallas, covered in mud.
Now, it was hot and sunny now, but it had rained that morning. It did rain that morning before Kennedy landed, and yes, it had rained that morning. So right when he landed, though, it was like the sun came out, and that's why they dropped the top. So it had rained earlier. So it might have been hot and sunny now, but it had rained earlier.
Telling his co-workers, Albert Bogard and Robert Tater, he had been ill that morning. He stumbled into the men's room and threw up, while they, feeling his behavior was suspicious, called the police, who made a record of the entire incident. Back at the plaza, the guilt of the radio men coordinating the gunfire can be seen from their behavior. These two, Orlando Bosch and the Umbrella Man, have a seat, while everyone else runs around them. Bosch makes a report that the hit was successful, then casually walks away. Just like the chief radio coordinator, Jim Hicks, with the radios clearly visible in their back pockets. A few yards away, the CIA's cleanup squad have begun working to remove all evidence useful to a forensic team. Deputy Sheriff Buddy Walters is here seen finding the bullet which struck in the grass near the manhole cover. He hands it on to one of the fake FBI men who pockets it. While this is going on, Rogers, Harrelson, and E. Howard Hunt are discovered hiding in the boxcars of the train which they hoped would be their getaway vehicle.
Yeah, people. Yeah, remember that boxcar? Them niggas go to jail and walk right back out.
Until it's prevented from moving by railway dispatcher and key witness Lee Bowers.
Shout out to Lee Bowers. He said, "We ain't let no train, ain't nothing moving." Shout out to Lee Bowers. Lee Bowers said, "Ain't nothing moving around here." Somebody just pop, who? Not my president. Oh no, stop the train. Shout out to Lee Bowers. Make some noise for Lee Bowers.
They are photographed repeatedly as they are marched to the Dallas courthouse.
Take your ass to the courthouse. Take your ass to the courthouse. What the hell y'all doing hiding on this box train?
And we can clearly see in his picture the radio receiver Hunt is wearing in his right ear.
Now, what he got a radio receiver in his ear for now? Look at this. What you doing with a radio receiver? E. Howard Hunt, you got to probably be the worst spy ever. You got caught in this shit and you got caught in Watergate. Come on, bro.
Which is identical to the receivers worn by those Dallas police officers who were part of the plot.
What?
As they walk, they are overseen by Colonel Ed Lansdale, who secures their release and begins to give the press the cover story.
Yeah, they passed the colonel like, man, what the hell y'all doing? He's like, man, I'll tell you later, bro. Coming to get you, bro.
That this man is the major suspect.
Yo, he look like No Neck Ned right here. Damn, Lee Harvey Oswald got a big ass neck on this picture right here, don't he? What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? This nigga got a Mike Tyson neck right here. All right.
And then acting alone, he shot the president from behind.
Hey, look, Lee Harvey had enough sense to tell people, hey, look, they tried to say he was crazy. Lee Harvey's like, the police beat me up. They did this to my face. He said, I'm a patsy. I want a lawyer. Oh, yeah, he had a lot of sense. He put the word out there early. I'm a patsy. I want a lawyer. I didn't know nothing about killing the president until y'all just told me.
Truth, as we now know, is that 8 separate snipers firing 16 shots.
Wow. 8 snipers fired 16 shots. That's a lot now. But look, you got 2 guys with 7 bullet wounds. 2 guys with 7 bullet wounds. All right, let's hear how he explained this shit. Let's go.
In 4 separate stages. They tried to make certain of killing the president by hitting him in the head and had failed abysmally. The shooting on the day had been nothing to write home about. A third of all the shots had missed the car completely.
How a third of the shots missed though, bro?
Had it not been for the ruse of bribing the driver to brake at a point painted on the curbside, which is still visible.
Yeah, they had that was crazy too. That it was already, if you look back, it was markings on the sidewalk. It was markings on the sidewalk back then, and that's where Kennedy got killed at. You can see that X right there. You can still see X marks the spot. This happened on Elm Street. Yo, y'all ever think that's why they call it Nightmare on Elm Street? Because the president got killed on Elm Street. Y'all ever think of that? I don't know. I'm all over the place with the conspiracy. Let's go.
So that Jack Lawrence could shoot Kennedy in the head from just 15 feet away, the president might have survived.
Right there through the manhole. Right there. Boom. Okay.
So now we must address the question, why does the Zapruder film not show this very obvious setup of the limousine stopping for the headshot? The answer, of course, is that it has been tampered with. In the 1960s, Hollywood special effects team.
Oh yeah, they was talking about real frame 313 getting taken out of it. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. I want to get to this next spot. Oh yeah, matter of fact, I can't skip it. I got to play this part. So you talking about a frame being removed? A lot of people always talk about frame 313 got removed.
Is reported. If you look now at the top of the frame, the doctoring of the film becomes perfectly obvious in the way in which the figures are blurred, and yet the shadows are sharp, which is impossible. This CIA tampering with the evidence becomes even clearer when the Zapruder film is run next to the Orville Nix film taken from the other side. It's easy to see from the way the motorcycles suddenly close on the limousine that it stops completely. And we can see that frames have also been removed from the Nix film by the way in which Agent Clint Hill appears to move sideways while running forwards before leaping on the car. As the mad dash to Parkland Hospital begins, the chief coordinator in the assassination plot, George Herbert Walker Bush, casually relaxes with hands in his pockets at the entrance.
And then look, and then y'all ever heard of this theory? George Herbert Bush was involved. Now, because he said I wasn't in the CIA back then, but it's been documented that he was. He said I didn't join the CIA till 1977, but they have documents showing he was in the CIA before then. Now they saying this is a young version of George Herbert Bush. I don't know. It's they're very convincing. Very convincing. Let's see.
Of the school book depository. Now, this is going to be one of those all too familiar Kennedy assassination moments in which people will say, well, yes, it could be him, but how can we be sure? Because we've seen this kind of thing before with Badgeman. However, a gentleman who I think must be a police detective has posted a YouTube video in which he utilizes the latest forensic techniques for identifying murder suspects by making a comparison between the photo taken in Dealey Plaza and one of George Bush in conversation with Richard Nixon during Watergate. This man points out that this person has exactly the same skull shape.
Damn, it looked like him,
exactly the same hairline, chin, and nose as George Bush.
It looks like
he is also wearing the same type of suit, white shirt, and exactly the same type of tie. He is exactly the same height.
Oh, man, look at this, man. Look at this. Does it look like him? He's still standing. Oh, man. Or did they go through a million pictures of George Bush and find one that looks like this could be him? But this could be a young version of George Bush. I'm just saying. And if so, that would make a lot of reason why they push the information back some years. And then once Trump comes into office, he pushed it back some more. Mike Pompeo said, we can't release this. Why not, Mike Pompeo? Oh, because if we was to release it, it might make the Bush people mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm still alive. Yeah, my dad died, but I'm former president. What you trying to say? My dad was involved in killing JFK? Wow. Somebody said Khan actually tried to save JFK. I know he did. Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
The same weight. Is wearing clothes.
He said the same weight. Now, you think the nigga weigh the same thing all these years later? Maybe not. I don't know. But they look close enough, though.
Which matches down to his shoes. But most importantly, he has a characteristic mannerism of cocking his right wrist.
Now, that's the thing right there. Now, that was it for me. That was it for me. Cocking the wrist. Pause. Put a case on it.
When he puts his hands in his pockets. We know from this declassified FBI memo that George Bush was in Dallas, staying at the Sheraton on November 22nd. So can there be any doubt about this person's identity?
Yes. There still can be some doubt, bro.
Surrounded by the corrupt policemen he was coordinating, Bush knew already that if an honest officer should happen to catch one of the assassins, it would, because of what Mark Lane rightly calls plausible deniability, make no difference. Because
he said, yeah, nigga, I ain't know nothing about that. I wasn't there.
Because what would they find? Mafia hoods with prison records as long as their arms? Or contract killers like Charles Harrelson? They certainly wouldn't have found anyone who carried CIA credentials or anyone whose involvement with the government could be traced. Had just made their first big mistake.
Oh, let's go to this.
To his fellow killers, Bush was unaware that the plotters had just made their first big mistake. They knew that they had to forensically control the body from the moment the shots were fired. And the moment Kennedy entered Trauma Room 1, that control had to be relinquished. Although they had CIA agents placed in the emergency unit, these people were not aware of the throat wound, which could hardly be seen because it was so tiny. It was at this moment that all the Dallas doctors and nurses like Aubrey Bell made a mental note of this very obvious sign of a frontal entry shot.
Hey, now that's a front shot.
One of the Dallas medical team, Dr. Charles Crenshaw, a junior doctor at that time, vividly recalls what the first professionals in the Kennedy killing had to deal with.
The second wound was here in the throat, right above the necktie. It was a small opening, very small, 3 to 5 millimeters, about the size of your little finger. I looked at the wound again. I wanted to know and remember this the rest of my life. And the rest of my life, I will always know he was shot from the front.
That's one of the doctors there. He said, man, he was shot from the front, homie. Wow. 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 Blowing my mind, bro. Blew my mind. I got another clip. I'm going to go to this other one. I'm going to go to this other clip after this.
And also described the portion missing from the rear of Kennedy's head after the impact of the frangible bullet, which hit him in the right temple.
The bullet struck about where and passed about where?
From here through.
Taking out
The back of the occipital part. The back of your head. This was gone.
Approximately 1 o'clock.
All right, so let's fast forward. He's talking about where the bullet hit. Let me see what this was. What's this?
When he was arrested years later by New York police detective Jim Rothstein, Frank Sturgis, on discovering that Rothstein was a Bay of Pigs veteran like himself, got into an old Army buddy's conversation with him, too, with John Melvin Liggett.
Oh, they talking about how they switched the body. This is what Clips was talking about. Yo, it's a picture right here of Lyndon B. Johnson and this dude right here. He look at this guy and wink at him in front of everybody. They took a screenshot of it. Look at my man looking at Lyndon B. Johnson winking at him. Like, I'm the president now.
Albert Thomas, a moment after this picture, in which LBJ is smiling at Congressman Albert Thomas, a moment after becoming president, and he is winking back. We haven't known until now just how huge and terrible a secret he was sharing with Johnson, because at that moment on the plane right alongside, the most highly qualified specialist in reconstructive surgery and embalming in the country, John Melvin Liggett, was starting to make a facsimile of the dead president, using the body of J.D. Tippit in order to obscure the true extent of the damage to Kennedy's head.
Oh, yeah, because remember they said Oswald killed the cop on the way there when he was fleeing. But he didn't have no reason to flee. He was chilling. Remember? And then they say he snuck it. He had a pocket full of money, but they say he snuck into the movie theater. And then the cops came and said he had shot a police officer. Yo, that's crazy. Let me fast forward. So this is why they say this is allegedly why Kennedy's brain is missing, because of this guy right here.
Torso, and then when he was down,
here we go.
Took it upon himself to try and ape this damage by firing into Tippit's torso, and then when he was down, firing into his right temple instead of into the back of the head as he'd been instructed. This was a second huge mistake. The human brain has a consistency like play school plasticine. Fire a bullet through it, and it is very easy for a skilled pathologist to track the bullet's path at autopsy. What Liggett wanted to show to any investigators was a brain that looked like this. What he had was one brain which looked like this, and another which looked like this. A large portion of Kennedy's brain had been ripped out by the impact of the explosive or frangible bullet, and what remained was filled with tiny shards of lead, some of them microscopic, which might take all night to locate. Liggett was terrified. The plotters had asked him to play Dr. Frankenstein at 30,000 feet. Yet with all his embalming experience, he instantly realized a botched job was the best he could possibly deliver. In his panic, he sawed off Tippit's skull and simply ripped out the entire brain to at least make sure no one could track the bullet which, after Liddy's error, had so obviously come from the wrong direction. He then compounded Liddy's error by making a large hole in the rear of the head to ape the damage to Kennedy's head. With this done, he rebuilt the skull, hurriedly sewed the scalp back together, and then set about the gruesome task of trying to make the cadaver of J.D. Tippit more closely resemble the cadaver of John F. Kennedy. By shaving eyebrows, bringing forward Tippit's slightly more receding hairline, filling in missing segments of both heads with plaster of Paris, and rebuilding portions of the flesh with wax.
Yo.
Liggett performed this ghoulish service while the aircraft...
That's crazy, yo. They making a fake body double. What? Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Let's go.
He was on Air Force 2, went through the usual procedure
Man, when these folks want to get you, man, they're going to get you. Damn, this is crazy.
of leapfrogging Air Force 1 to arrive at Andrews Air Force Base slightly earlier. He wasn't given long enough, and in the rush to get finished, the plotters now made their third and most stupid mistake. Instead of placing Tippit's body in a casket identical to the one aboard Air Force 1, they placed him in a Spartan grey metal coffin inside a body bag. As the TV media showed these distressing pictures to a world reeling in shock, it's hardly surprising that no one ever dreamed this casket could be empty, but it was. As it was...
Yo, they thought the casket was empty. All right, let me go to this other one. I'm all over the place. Like I said, man, I can't get through all of this in one night. Like, I can't get through all of it in one night. It's so much. It's so much. It's so much. Let me go to this other one. It's so much, man. It is so much, bro. Let me go to this. Go to this other one. Let me go to my watch history. So many. There's so many different conspiracies when it comes to this. And I'm always excited to hear about what other people think and what they believe. It's always interesting to me. Let me go to this one. My timestamp on this is 2:44, I think. 2:44. What's that 2:40? I don't even remember what I was talking about on this one. Let me see. I'll know when I see it. 2:44.
They're interested in eating is and to have been fired.
Now riding the back trails of Texas, a former Dallas motorcycle officer recalls a remarkable encounter he had within 90 seconds of the assassination. The first policeman into the depository was Marion Baker.
I worked for the Dallas Police Department as a motorcycle officer and signed the motorcade that day. I was probably 5 or 6 cars back from the lead car of the motorcade. I had gotten about halfway between Maine and Houston when I heard these 3 shots. And immediately I knew they was in front of me and high. And as I looked up, I saw this huge flock of pigeons flying from the top of this building. I rode my motorcycle over to the corner of the intersection, parked it, and then ran in the building, which took me a very few seconds to do this. When I got through the front doors into the lobby of the building, I asked where the elevators or the stairs would be. And one man spoke up, said, "I'm Mr. Truly, I'm the building manager." And he said, "Come on, officer, I'll show you."
Okay, watch this.
So he and I continued on to the back of the building and up some stairways.
So he's the guy who saw Oswald. Now listen to this, y'all.
At the back of the building to the second floor. As we came out of on the second floor, I saw through a doorway, a window in this doorway, a movement. So I went over and opened up the door, and this man was walking away from it. And the next room, I later found out was a coffee room.
All right, so Oswald's in the coffee room, I think, having a Coca-Cola or something, right?
As seen earlier by his fellow workers, Oswald was still alone in the lunchroom.
I called to the man, and he turned around, and Mr. Truly was there beside me, and I asked him if he knew this man or if he worked there. He said, yes, he does. He was calm, ordinary, you know. He didn't look excited or anything like that.
In order to fire the shots from the 6th floor, Oswald needed to squeeze his way out of the sniper's perch, pick his way between stacks of books to the far side of the building, hiding the gun en route, descend 4 flights of stairs to the lunchroom unobserved, and yet appear calm and unruffled in his encounter with Officer Baker.
Woo! Okay. Let's go. Now this is Officer Baker. Now watch
All
what
within
happens.
90 seconds.
90 seconds. He had to do all of that in 90 seconds.
You know, he didn't look excited or anything like that.
In order to fire the shots from the 6th floor, Oswald needed to squeeze his way out of the sniper's perch, pick his way
Out of the perch, hide the weapon on the other side of the room.
between stacks of books to the far side of the building, hiding the gun en route, descend 4 flights of stairs to the lunchroom.
4 flights. Got to run down 4 flights of steps. He's going to pass people, too, on those flights down the stairs. But he's not running.
Unobserved, and yet appear calm and unruffled in his encounter with Officer Baker, all within 90 seconds. Less than 15 minutes after.
Come on, bro. 90 seconds. Got to run. You got to shoot somebody, run across, hide the weapon, run down 4 flights of stairs, pass a couple people, open up a can of Coke, and the officer turn around, and the police are there like, "What's your name?" And then the guy who said, "I'm Mr. He works at the building." And Lee Harvey was like, "What's going on?" He said, "The president's been shot." He was like, "Oh, okay."
15 seconds.
All right.
Less than 15 minutes after the shooting, the police were broadcasting a wanted description that closely fitted Oswald. Who provided that description is not known, but
Nobody know who gave them Oswald description, but now we're looking for Oswald for killing a cop. All right.
it led to the immediate arrest of Oswald lookalikes, even in Fort Worth, 30 miles away.
Attention all squad. The suspect in the shooting at Elm in Houston is reported to be an unknown white male, approximately 30, slender build, height 5 feet 10 inches, weight 165 pounds, reported to be armed with what is thought to be a .30 caliber rifle.
Meanwhile, the real Oswald had made his way to a taxi rank a short distance from the depository, and after politely offering the first cab in line to another passenger, had asked to be driven to the street where he lived in Oak Cliff. At his lodgings, he rushed to his room, collected a jacket and revolver, and was last seen by his landlady shortly after 1 p.m., standing at the bus stop outside 1026 North Beckley. A mile from Oswald's rooming house.
Okay. So that's what the cops saw. Let me go to this next clip. Go to my next clip. 423. Bear with me, find my next clip. This ain't it, but yeah, we can start it from here.
And no one wants to look at the evidence.
Using image processing techniques undreamt of when Zapruder filmed the assassination, Tom has uncovered dramatic information hidden within this horrific footage.
As we go further into the brain, we are able to observe all of the damage that has occurred in this rear exit wound from the very top of the skull down into where the missile exited through the head. As you can see, this is the scalp area, the damage to the skull, the area of the skull that's been blown away by the incoming frontal missile. And now we can actually go down and see the brain, and the exiting bullet has gone through the brain, and you can see the path of the bullet here. Lee Harvey Oswald did not and could not have fired the fatal shot that killed our president.
All right.
Tom Wilson's ability to extract hidden information from the assassination.
This is the absolute science in the measurement of light. What is in these photographs and what is measured by the computer and backed up by hard scientific mathematical data. All of my findings can be reproduced.
Badgeman shooting from the grassy knoll was first revealed in Mary Moorman's picture in The Men Who Killed Kennedy in 1988. Tom's initial work confirmed his presence. This encouraged him to apply his technology to photographic records of the assassination.
The Zapruder film allowed me to be able to go in and look at the head wound initially. The autopsy photographs allowed me to verify that there were inconsistencies within, and the pristine Mary Moorman photograph allowed me to go in and actually measure the wound optically without image processing. As we go into the wound and as we expand the wound and magnify it, you can see that the pixel elements, or each one of these little dots, is represented by dark squares or light squares. Now, if there were no wound in the rear of President Kennedy's head, all of the squares would be the basic reflective value or the basic shade of gray that his normal hair coloring would be on this day. Every time, in my years of experience with this, when there is a concave or convex area that is a deformation of the overall image, there is absolutely no question that the case is, as it goes darker under this situation, that this is going from an area on the top of President Kennedy's head down into an extremely deep hole, because the entrance wound that supported this exit wound was fired from the right frontal area of President Kennedy, and it exited through the rear.
Exited through the rear. All right. I got the link out there if anybody want to pull up, join the conversation, tell me what you think of this topic, or you can call in 404-692-1766. Wow. Who do you guys think got President Kennedy out of here? Wow. Great topic tonight. I'm enjoying this one. Let me see, 217. Let me go to this next one. I got two more clips and I'm gonna play it, and I'll be done playing my clips. Let me see. Go to 217:28. What was this? 217:28. Oh, it's a little bit before this. They was talking about how Bobby Kennedy and Jacqueline did not believe it.
Were wholly unconvinced by Leggett's attempts to make a Dallas police officer look like the President of the United States. Witnesses there at the time said Bobby scoffed and said, "It doesn't look anything like him." While Mrs. Kennedy became adamant. "It isn't Jack," she declared. "That looks like something you'd find in Madame Tussauds wax museum." Many people have studied this alleged picture of the president's remains and wondered how it could possibly be John F. Kennedy when the Zapruder film clearly shows this right temple area being blown apart by the impact of the frangible bullet. The simple answer is that this is not JFK.
What?
It's the corpse.
It said that ain't JFK. That's Tippit. They saying that's Officer Tippit.
Of Officer J.D. Tippit, surgically altered to look like the president. On arriving home, Liggett was informed the plot was in serious trouble.
Oh yeah, this guy right here, who was the guy who was up there. They say he was wilding out, he was tripping, then he disappeared, and yeah.
His wife Lois told how he
started
staggered in
getting
the door, unkempt, disheveled, and quite obviously exhausted, which was very out of character for a man who took pride in always being neat, tidy, and organized.
It was about 24 hours before I heard from him. He came home and he walked in the door, and when I saw him, he physically looked like he had really been through a very traumatic experience. His clothes were disarrayed, and that was so out of character for him. And he said, "We're going to get out of town for a while until all of this blows over." That was a quote.
She's saying that was a quote. So they go out of town, they kick it in Vegas. Then the news comes out about Oswald being murdered.
His agent. And once he realized he had been chosen as the fall guy,
let's rewind a little bit.
Deputy Sheriff Roger Craig told investigators it was plain to him that Lee Harvey Oswald was not meant to survive his arrest procedure. He said that when he arrived at the Texas Theater, a group of his fellow officers were waiting at the rear, guns drawn, and that it was quite obvious that Oswald was meant to make a break out the back door where he would run into a hail of gunfire. However, Oswald himself was an intelligence agent, and once he realized he had been chosen as the fall guy, he briefly prolonged his existence by loudly yelling so that all the witnesses present could hear, "I am not resisting arrest. I am not resisting arrest." This is why Liggett, like all the others involved in the plot, was shaking in his boots on November 23rd. They were all aware that a sharp lawyer could get Oswald released simply by discovering that the chain of evidence had been broken in relation to Kennedy's remains.
Chain of evidence been broken.
Once free to talk, and with intimate knowledge of the major players in the assassination plot, he could have gotten the heads of the FBI and CIA, all the military chiefs of staff, the mafia chieftains, and the Dallas oil men all thrown in jail together for murder.
Wow. FBI, CIA, Secret Service, mob, the oil men. Wow.
Many people have wondered how the plotters could be so unbelievably dumb.
Man, can you believe? Let's see this again.
The major players in the assassination plot. He could have gotten the heads of the FBI and CIA, all the military chiefs of staff, the mafia chieftains, and the Dallas oil men all thrown in jail together for murder. Many people have wondered how the plotters could be so unbelievably dumb and so unbelievably obvious as to have Oswald murdered live on national television. The simple truth was that they had absolutely no choice. They botched the...
Oh yeah, look. I thought that fit right into I thought that went perfectly for their plan. Just like the president got killed live on TV. You know what I'm saying? People saw that happen. Oh yeah, we got to kill Oswald on TV. Oh man, you can sense it. The tension is thicker than German guard dogs. What up, Puto? Outlaw Boxing, what up? Shout out to Young Africa. Talk to me, Puto. Who killed JFK, man?
Shit. Who in particular? Shit, man. I mean, anybody guesses mine, but I mean, like, who was like directly involved? I would say it's the mob and the government.
What faction of the government? FBI, CIA?
Shit, man. I would say CIA, probably, right? Best guess, right?
You got the CIA?
Yeah.
Right.
NSA, probably.
They had NSA back then?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I don't know for a fact, but I'm sure. You know. They were probably called No Such Agency back then.
What president created NSA? NSA created. Oh hell yeah, 1952.
Told you.
Okay. National Security Agency. Okay. All right. Boom. I got one more clip I'm gonna play from this, man.
Bust it.
Don't you ever tell me to bust nothing in your life. What the hell is wrong with you? Excuse me. What the hell is wrong with you? Up there, bust.
I ain't thinking like you, bro.
Slap shit out you, Puto. Don't you ever say that to me in your life.
Get your mind out the gutter, bro.
That's what I tell the girls. I tell the girls to bust. All right, let me play this clip. What's this last one? This be the last one. Again, it's open if you guys want to join the conversation. The phone lines are open in the panels too. This one theory right here that they the film one of those documentaries I was playing. This one is called "Everything Is a Rich Man's Trick." From JFK to 9/11. Man, there was so many versions of it. It was hard to find this one, but it seemed like a lot of them been taken off YouTube. Excuse me. But this one documentary was banned. It was called "The Men Who Killed Kennedy." But some people say no, that was a trick by the CIA. It's like to make you think like, oh, if they banned that one, that means they had to be the shit then. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth.
Like really, reverse psychology, right?
Yeah, when there's a lot of misinformation in it. So I've heard that theory. So let me play this.
McClellan's interview became the linchpin in a final episode of The Men Who Killed Kennedy, which was then banned from public broadcasting after a lawsuit was allegedly brought against the History Channel by former The bullets.
Oh, let's go back. Because they talking about the bullet, right?
To get people to believe it were contrived, to say the least. First of all, the simplest matter to refute this version of events by asking how the CIA could possibly know this is how it happened. The bullets splitting apart in midair? Are they saying they had Dealey Plaza rigged with fast motion cameras, which allowed them to replay the flight of every bullet in slow motion? If so, we'd all love to see those pictures. And even more to this, Bar McClellan's interview became the linchpin in the final episode of The Men Who Killed Kennedy, which was then banned from public broadcasting after a lawsuit was allegedly brought against the History Channel by former Presidents Carter and Ford and their friends Jack Valenti, Bill Moyers, and Lady Bird Johnson. Of course, this was just more disinformation. What the plotters hoped to achieve was that by getting the series banned, but making it available on the internet, the seekers after truth would be duped into thinking it must be true, precisely because it had been banned from mainstream media. It's a double bluff.
The double bluff. The double bluff. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
The CIA themselves couldn't remember what purpose it was all supposed to serve. But the general idea was that the public was supposed to swallow the notion that Lyndon Baines Johnson was the primary culprit in this entire affair, because he's dead and can't speak for himself. It is absolute nonsense to suggest any such thing. Lyndon Baines Johnson was, like Hitler and Richard Nixon, a mere puppet of the oil men and the merchant bankers and military industrialists, something he finally admitted to.
Oh shit, check this out.
I can't honestly say that I've ever been completely relieved of the fact that there might have been international connections.
You mean you still feel that there might have been?
Well, I have not completely discounted.
Never discounted it. Okay. Talk to me, Puto. What you think? What happened, man?
Shit, man. I mean, it could have been a lot of things, bro. You ruffled a lot of feathers, in this little time you was there, I hear the theories about like, the mob helped him get elected, and then he turned his back on him, me personally, like, I actually don't think it's that much of a conspiracy theory. Like the only theories to me are like who did it. I don't think we'll ever know like truly who did it. To me, it's just kind of like a botched, a botched assassination cover up.
Why would the government and the CIA cover this stuff up, man?
I couldn't tell you.
You get what I'm saying, though? That makes zero sense for you guys not to tell the American people who killed their president.
I mean, shit, I don't know.
Go ahead.
Truly, I have no idea why would they want to keep that a secret? Shit. a motive for murder is could be from anything from like I want your shoes to like covering up other murders and stuff like that. I mean, so I can't even tell you why they would want to keep that from people.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Shout out to Said 214. What up, fam? Yeah, Said I've heard that theory tonight. A couple people told me that they thought the driver killed them. I don't know about that one, but it's always open to everybody to voice their opinion. The phone number's out there and the link is out there too. Evan Duncan said peace to Marq Nash in the chat. Peace to you, bro. All right. That's it, man. With my documentary on this thing right here. I thought more people. A lot of people said they was excited about this topic. I thought more people was gonna call in or beam in and tell me their theory on this tonight. Like, everybody seemed like they was excited about it yesterday. They was like, "Man, I thought we was doing Kenny today. You talk about Spence and Thurman." I was like, "All right, shit. I'll do the topic tomorrow."
It was Jackie O, bruh.
Get out of here. What's up, Lo?
What's up, Hap?
What's up? It was Spence on the grassy knoll.
Oh my
Facts.
Y'all niggas crazy, man. What's up, man? Who killed JFK? Man?
What's that now?
Who killed JFK, man? In your opinion?
It was who pulled the triggers between three different guys.
Talk to
on the grassy knoll. All right, you got this one Corsican guy. Can't remember his name. The other guy's name is James Files, who was a mafia guy. And then you had this one guy. This is the guy I think it was. He was a cop, but he was a expert marksman. That's the one. His son came forward about 25 years ago and said that his dad was the one who did it. He was a Dallas police officer.
You said his dad came forward and said he did it, or his son did it?
No, his son came forward when the dad died and said that the dad admitted it to him.
And he was a cop?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's one guy, right? Who's the other two, you think?
James Files was the guy who worked with Johnny Roselli and Sam Giancana and them. He was a mafia dude. And then the third guy was this Corsican assassin that some people think might have been called in for it, but I think it was the Dallas guy. That's as far as who pulled the trigger, but who killed him, clearly it had to be the CIA. Whether or not the mafia was involved or Cuba or any of those type of people, CIA had to be involved.
You said they had to be involved?
Had to. Otherwise, it never could have been done.
Okay, so, Clip said you talking about Badge Man. You believe in the Badge Man theory?
Yeah, but there's an actual guy. I know Badge Man because of the picture, and he has a badge on. But there's an actual guy. I can look up his name and come back. But
is he Badge Man, though, the guy you talking about, or Badge Man is a different person?
I mean, Badge Man... Yeah, it could be that guy that I'm talking about. I forget his fucking name right now.
Yeah, because it's like when you use all our science and technology, he has a silhouette of a weapon. I'm gonna pull up Badge Man right now. JFK Badge Man.
Yeah, and you can almost see the smoke puffing out.
Yeah, bro. So you believe the grassy knoll theory?
Yeah, because if you look at the neck shot, that whole theory of the sewer goes right out the window. He couldn't hit him in the neck straight from the front to the back like that from a low angle.
What about the head right there, though? They said
the head could be from the grassy knoll too. Just depends how high on the head you hit, which way it's gonna go. They're acting like you can't get a head to move like that from the grassy knoll. It's bullshit.
Oh yeah, I think you could have got it from the. I think you could have got him from right there too.
Fuck yeah! It goes in through the temple and out through the back of the head. Boom, going up slightly.
Let me share my screen so y'all can see that. Pure, you ever heard it? Said I'm already subscribed. Yeah, you got to subscribe to talk in the chat. Yeah, welcome, Sid. Welcome. Yo, you ever seen this badge man theory? This is what they said it look. This badge man.
Probably a long time ago, but I don't remember.
My bad. I'm gonna turn that sound off.
On trip. It's been a while since I, like saw documentaries about this.
They say he's got it's a man with a badge with a rifle over his shoulder, and you can see the smoke.
It's a very grainy picture.
Yeah, I mean, shit, they had to zoom it in and zoom it in and zoom it in. Let me see if I got a better one of it. Let me see.
If you think about that picture, though, that's a Polaroid.
Right.
That's like 4 inches, maybe 4 inches wide by like 3 inches tall.
Right. This the Polaroid right here.
The area that they're zooming in on is like millimeters.
Let me see what they can.
Was hit and fatally wounded by a rifle's bullet. It's the only known photograph of
That's the picture
that also captures the grassy
That's
knoll.
the full picture.
Endlessly over the years to determine if another shooter was there.
When the motorcade started to pass, she realized that she hadn't taken the one photograph that she promised her son.
Alan Governor is the writer and filmmaker behind The Silent Witness Speaks, which documents Mormon's story.
And when I asked her, what did you see when you looked through the viewfinder? She said she thought there was a gust of wind because his hair lifted up. She had no idea that what she was photographing was the assassination of the President of the United States.
Jackie hollered, "My God, he's been shot." We heard that so plain. And then just seconds later, he had slumped over on Jackie and she started to climb out of the car. Well, by that time,
This interview with Mormon was filmed earlier this year at Dealey Plaza, where the 81-year-old originally took the iconic picture. The film is now being displayed at an exhibit at the International Center of Photography in New York City.
Shit, they had paid me for my photo. I need $1 billion. I'm starting high. How much it mean to you? Man, I'm trying to find that. I seen some people do the badge man thing, and they can actually do a composite and turn it into a real person. I was like, yo, it looked just like it to me. Damn, I'm trying to see it. Badge man theory. Nobody has one up here. But okay, so my boy Pluto is with I'm sorry. Haplo said he going with the badge man theory. All right. Is this one? I think this might be it right here. No, this is just them talking about it.
And if you know Lee Bowers, the guy that you saluted earlier, he saw a guy in uniform back there right around when the shooting happened.
Oh, the Lee Bauer, the guy, the guy who stopped the train.
Yeah, the guy was in the rail train. The guy was in the observation tower.
Who took a picture of her?
Who took a picture of who? Of who?
Of the lady that took the one that you said that they had to pay you for your picture, like
Mary Morgan's
Mary
picture?
Mormon.
Who took a picture of her?
No,
there were people taking pictures all over.
So it's just different angles.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There was like hundreds of people taking pictures.
President.
It's just she was close. She was real close.
Yeah. It's just that angle.
She
is
was
just
like
weird,
close enough to get blood on her. There's only a few people who were that close.
Yeah, this Mary Morgan right here.
And I stood there and looked through it for quite a few seconds because I wanted to be sure that they were looking at me. And as I followed it for so many seconds, and then I did take the picture.
Just as the shutter snapped, there was a shot. And this is what Mrs. Mormon found in her Polaroid camera.
This is how they got the badge, man. They zoomed in all the way to that little post behind his fence, bro.
Yeah, if you look straight up to the angle where his head's leaning, you
Look
just
at
follow
that.
the angle that his head's leaning toward.
Look at that. And it looked like he's holding a rifle over his shoulder, and then that's the muzzle flash.
Yep. That's what it looks like.
That's crazy.
You after this definition.
Well, Fox back then on the right. I mean, on the left right here. Little shorty right here. I like little shorty on the left. All right. She cute in black and white. She would have said, "Nigga, get away from me" back then.
Fucking Mark.
She would have been like, "Nigga, no." Yeah, they would have did me dirty.
Oh shit.
Oh man, would have put the damn Jack Johnson law on my ass. Okay, yo, this shit's blowing my mind. Yo, what's the craziest conspiracy theory that you guys heard? You be like, man, that totally didn't happen. Can you think of one of those?
The umbrella gun. The umbrella gun.
Yeah, that was debunked too.
People think there.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
people think there was some kind of gun in that umbrella, and they've shown that was not possible.
The driver did it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I never.
That one too. Good one, Puto. That was a shitty theory.
I barely heard about that one for today and shit.
They said the driver turned around and was like, "Oh, this nigga ain't dead yet. Shit, I'll do it. Bow, and I'm gonna
Right.
drive you off." I was like, nobody saw that.
Nah, bro. He did the driver did behave very suspiciously, but he didn't fire no gun.
He stopped looking around like it's his first trip.
Or all these motherfuckers is lying. They all know who did it. They just saying like, I didn't see nothing.
No, that's crazy.
Everybody knows who did it, really.
I
don't think everybody know.
It was the CIA. Remember?
Oh yeah, but we don't know who the
Kennedy. All right, Kennedy fired. Kennedy. Hello.
No, I'm sorry. That's a line. Go. Hold on. Let me take this one real quick. It's one of the members. Go ahead, Clips.
I just wanted to call in. You said, what is the craziest theory you ever heard? I've been typing it in the chat. A theory that I've heard since I was probably about 9, 10 years old. And I've heard it from people who I take seriously, as well as people who I don't take seriously, but time has shown that they are not as crazy as I thought they were. Was that Kennedy was compromised and taken over by a sort of brain-stealing alien, and MJ-12 and all that knew about it, and this was part of the Pleiadians and the Draconians' attempt to openly invade Earth, which they tried to do during the Eisenhower administration. And when the certain government bodies realized that the president of the United States was no longer a human, they scrambled and tried to come up with various ways to get rid of him. Finally, when none of that worked, they said, we just got to kill this motherfucker. Don't know if it's true, but it is something I've heard from quite a few different sources.
The Manchurian candidate theory.
No, he said aliens, bro.
Yeah, that's what the Manchurian candidate is about.
No,
that's not
Manchurian candidates about brainwashing.
All right, thanks, Clip.
Manchurian candidate.
I appreciate
The
it.
remake is about that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Hablo. Go ahead.
Manchurian candidate is not about aliens. It's about brainwashing.
The remake is.
The
The
one
one
with
with Denzel?
Denzel?
The one with
No,
Denzel,
it's
yeah.
not about
The one with
aliens.
Denzel isn't about aliens neither.
It's about
Yeah, it's the
brainwashing.
alien took that motherfucking body over and shit. That's what I
No,
remember.
that's
It's
not.
been a while. It's been a while.
Pluto did too much acid when he watched that.
Nah, it's just that's what I remember, to be honest.
That's not
But
what happened.
I'm wrong.
No, it was brainwashing and being able to control people with keywords. And I've heard that theory with Sirhan and Robert F. Kennedy.
That's all.
You heard
MK
about
Ultra
that?
shit.
Yeah, you heard about that?
For sure. But yeah, I mean, like the guy who just said that's one of the craziest fucking theories out there.
That's a crazy one right there. That's a crazy one right there. Damn, I was about
That
to
is
say
definitely one of the craziest ones.
You was
We are not
I don't know how you do
alone.
that. But,
what were you saying before the call? You were saying something.
the main thing is like the reason why he got killed was
You chopped up. You chopping up. Is he breaking up for you too, Puto, or is it just me?
Yes, sir, Mark. He's breaking up. I can barely hear him.
Hey, Haplo, you got to say all of that again. Say it again.
Okay, am I back?
You back. Let's go.
Okay, good. Saying they're trying to silence me. After the Bay of Pigs, which was something that was planned under Eisenhower, not Kennedy, but when Kennedy first took office, they forced it down his throat. They pushed him into a corner, and at the last second, when he was supposed to. They had already taken out, I think, almost all of the Cuban planes the night before, but the day of, there were still 2 or 3 planes left, and they knew that the soldiers on the beach were vulnerable. And at that point, it was up to Kennedy to either, provide air cover or not. He decided not to. And then, because he got embarrassed in the news, he took responsibility for it in the news, even though it really wasn't him. But then, as soon as that was all done with, he fired the head of the CIA, who had been there since before Eisenhower. He was there from Roosevelt and Truman and those guys. This guy, what was his fucking name again? I wish I could remember. Anyway, there was a guy at the CIA, and then the guy underneath him, General Charles Caldwell or something, and his brother was the mayor of Dallas, who changed the parade route the morning before the assassination. So he fires these 2 guys, but they don't go away because they're entrenched guys. They go and work.
Cable, Charles Cable.
Yeah, I said him, but the other guy is the one.
Dulles' brother.
Dulles, yeah. Alan Dulles.
Oh, you sound bad.
So he fired. No, sorry. He fired Alan Dulles and Caldwell, and a couple other people. But they didn't just go away. They went and moved to work in other like secret entrenched areas of the government. Dulles went to the Pentagon, and in the Pentagon, he was in charge of presidential protection. Was one of the things underneath him.
Bruh.
So it
Are
was
you okay? You need some water?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just smoking. One of the duties that this guy had in the Pentagon was to provide extra protection for the president. So they knew they could get him. He wanted him out. They all wanted him out. It wasn't a matter of who had a motive. They all had a motive. But who actually could get it done? And that was the guy right there. Dulles, Caldwell, this guy Cord Meyer, who Kennedy slept with his wife. He was under them. There's a whole group of them. And they used some guys from the mafia, some guys from the Cubans here and there, and they mixed it all up to make sure that no one could follow any kind of paper trail.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, but I mean, the person most directly responsible in my mind is Alan Dulles.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely got him at the top of my list, bro. I got Dulles at the top of the list. The CIA, man, it's just.
And guess what else he was? He was appointed to the Warren Commission.
Absolutely. Like, why would you put the guy in charge of the Warren
the guy
Commission?
who fired him?
Yeah, like the guy you just fired, you gets murdered, and we putting you
in charge of the investigation.
This shit. You ain't even got no job in this government no more.
Yeah. So as far as who was behind it, I think we know that. But as far as who pulled the trigger, I think it was that one guy. I'll look up his name and find it right now.
Okay. Trying to look up his brother. Because his brother was John Foster. John Foster was he was trying to see who was this guy? Oh, let me see.
The brother of Caldwell or whatever his name was the guy who changed the parade route the morning before the assassination.
Who was the guy who owned Daily Plaza? Wasn't he the guy who wanted the oil guy?
No, the guy I'm talking about was the mayor.
Okay. This was on. Trying to figure this out. Yeah, man. It's just it's a tangle web. What's this guy, George? No, that's the guy who created it. Project was spearheaded. I'm talking about who owned it in 1963. But yeah, man, changing the parade routes. I definitely think like Kennedy wanted to break up that CIA. He said, I'm gonna break this shit up into 1 million pieces. Also, what else was happening around that time was when what's the call? Damn, man. My brain is freezing. Oh, I talked about it earlier. The Bay of Pigs was from it happened in 1961 on April the 17th through
Yeah, then there
April
was the
the
Cuban
20th.
Missile Crisis. Is that what you're thinking of?
No. I'm talking about the Bay of Pigs. I looked it up. I did this earlier. I was talking about when was the Bay of Pigs, right?
Yeah.
The Bay of Pigs was April the 17th, 1961 to April 20th, 1961. Kennedy did that secret society speech 7 days later. Well, the speech where he started talking about, hey, look, man, there's some covert shit going on out here. These people are doing infiltration instead of invasion. These people they doing stuff. They're not checks and balances. Their failures go unchecked. Their plans are not published. They have unlimited money. Nobody's even talking about this. They're using politics, technology, science. They infiltrating intelligence. It's a government within a government.
Well, even after the Bay of Pigs, they were still trying to regroup a bunch of Cubans to do another invasion of Cuba. It was called Operation Mongoose.
Yes,
that's where you get guys like David Ferry, Guy Bannister, and Lee Harvey Oswald that were involved in that. And then they shut that down because he didn't want to go through that embarrassment again. They shut it down, and those people all were pissed off at him for shutting their shit down.
Yeah, that was in November of 1961, same year.
Yeah. And they had all these teams ready to try to assassinate Castro. And I think what happened was the CIA just turned one of those teams around and said, all right, do the same thing, but do it to him. Because they were trying to get Castro out of there.
Theory. I've definitely heard that theory where they say, hey, look, same thing. And that's why Bobby Kennedy said, that's why it's a record of, they said Bobby Kennedy called J. Edgar Hoover and said, hey, man, did you kill my brother? Because he knew about the original Project Mongoose and how that shit got scrapped. And then he sees his brother.
He was in charge of that shit.
Right.
He set it down.
He knows about all of this shit going on. So when his brother died, the same way we had planned to kill this other dude, he was like, yo, did you kill my brother? You killed my brother? Cause this shit looks very familiar. Look like some blueprint shit we was talking about in the damn boardroom. Shout out to Young Africa, Nick Rich in the building, girl behind the mic. That guy Clips. Appreciate y'all. Puto.
What's up, man?
Blowing my mind, bro.
Right? Crazy shit, huh?
Shit blows my mind. Somebody said, what did JFK do to get assassinated? Man, he shut down them tax breaks and subsidies for the oil companies. He was trying to get out of the Vietnam War, so that's going to be less money for defense contractors. He also had the mob. He was going after the mob after the mob allegedly helped him get elected. That's 3 right there. Oh, don't forget he was the civil rights. He was trying to get some civil rights shit passed for the black folks. Oh man, it was all. Come on, man.
And he was pimping all their women.
I'm naming real stuff right here, man. You troll.
Didn't they just say that he slept with the one dude's wife?
That ain't why he killed him. That ain't got nothing to do with this, man.
What are you talking about? That's hell of a motive for murder.
Everybody wise, man. That shit was that ain't about nothing.
Bruh, come on, man. Like literally, that's a hell of a motive for murder, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
You think that one guy did it, bro?
No, I don't think that one guy did it. But I mean, like, if he's messing with one of them, I mean, dude, everybody knows he's messing with more than one chick. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's the guy that did it, bro. But I mean, I'm sure he made a lot of enemies doing what he was doing. That's all I'm saying.
What are you? I ain't saying he the guy. He said I ain't trying to say he killed him, but I understand.
Nobody knows who killed him. That's the thing, So I'm just throwing out theories,
Let me play it.
But I understand.
So I ain't saying he should have killed him, but I understand. Fuck on my wife.
Yeah, man. That's the thing that I learned. Shit, I don't know if it was more likely my daddy told me never mess with a man's money, his woman, or his family. That's death.
Oh yeah, and he was. Oh look, hold on, I forgot one. Young Africa. He said why? So it was. So we talked about breaking up the oil companies. We talked about the CIA, breaking up the CIA. We talked about the mafia. We talked about what was the other reason? Getting out of Vietnam War, the defense contractors. That's 4. I forgot about breaking up the CIA. That was 4. He wanted to get J.F. Hoover out of there. That's 5. Bobby Kennedy was about to go after Lyndon B. Johnson, and it's a senator. I'm trying to see Lyndon B. Johnson. I'm trying to figure out what was he, what did he do? It was something, man, with some payola though. And after Kennedy got killed, it just went away. Lyndon L.B. Johnson. I think he was scandal. Let me just type in scandal. Because it was something that was something that happened, man. I'm trying to remember though. It's just so much information. It's just so much information.
He was just trying to do too much, to be honest, without a. I mean, I don't know if he. I would assume he just did it. He didn't do. He didn't plan it out right. You know.
Who you talking about?
Kennedy.
Didn't plan what out right?
Like to get rid of the CIA. Go through against a lot of people, a lot of powerful people.
He made it public before he did it. You're just supposed to do the shit. You don't even supposed to tell people what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like it's a suicide mission, anyways, though, Mark. Even if he did it before saying it, you know what I'm saying? He was gonna die. In my opinion.
Okay. Bobby Baker. The investigation included allegations of robbery and arranging sexual favors in exchange for congressional votes and the government contracts. The Senate investigation looked into the financial activities of Bobby Baker and Lyndon B. Johnson. Because as vice president, he had that vote in the Senate, right?
Mm-hmm.
That tie-breaking vote. The investigation of Lyndon B. Johnson as part of Baker investigation was later dropped after President Kennedy's assassination and Johnson became president. They just let it go.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, like the president is supposed to be the most protected man one of the most protected men on the planet. They killed him. Shit, motherfuckers were scared after that. And it was done so sloppily, and still nobody went to jail. I mean, shit. I'd have been quaking in my boots. I'd have been like, oh hell no, I'm good.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. It still just blows my mind. You ever seen this clip of Nixon when he talks about LBJ doesn't like to be number 2?
Probably, but I don't recall it, Mark, to be honest.
He made some joke about Kennedy getting killed.
Oh shit. That was tasteless.
Oh, you never seen this shit?
Probably not. I don't recall it.
Yo, I'm gonna play this shit, yo. Listen to your boy Richard Nixon talking about kind of makes a little joke about he doesn't like to be number 2. Nixon, shout out to Millhouse. Shout out old Nixon, Tricky Dick Millhouse Nixon. Watch this
story one time to George Christian shortly thereafterwards. George Christian was Johnson's press secretary, you perhaps remember him, and became press secretary for Governor Connolly, who was our head of Democrats for Nixon.
Governor Connolly, head of Democrats for Nixon. Like all these people, man, who were allegedly involved, if they didn't die, their life got incredibly great after this man died. LBJ became president. Nixon became president. Oh boy, became the head of CIA, vice president and president. What's his name? Yeah, they was vice presidents and presidents coming through there. Millhouse Nixon, Bush, LBJ. Yeah, people did good. The war. Hey, look, soon as he died, kept the war going. Let's keep this war going in Vietnam. More war, more money for it. And it was a whole false flag. Never should have been in that war. Never should have been involved.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's play this, though. Listen to what he says, though. Watch this.
Story one time to George Christian shortly thereafterwards. George Christian was Johnson's press secretary, you perhaps remember him, and became press secretary for Governor Connolly, who was our head of Democrats for Nixon. We were meeting in the Oval Office, and I saw the morning news report, and I just happened casually to mention to George. He says, "Well, I bet you that President Johnson is going to be real pleased when he finds that now they're calling me the #1 monarch."
He said they calling me. He said President Johnson's going to be pleased that they call me the #1. Now listen to this bad joke.
Is going to be real pleased when he finds that now they're calling me the #1 monarch. And George Christian said, "Oh, don't be too sure." He said, "You know, LBJ, he never likes to be #2." Casually mentioned to George, he says, "Well, I bet you that President Johnson is going to be real pleased when he finds that now they're calling me the #1 monarch." And George Christian said, "Oh, don't be too sure." He said, "You know, LBJ, he never likes to be #2."
Yo! Scary times, man. That shit is spooky, yo. That shit is spooky, yo. That shit is spooky, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, the Federal Reserve, of course, the box of mine. I forgot that. That's 5. Trying to get rid of the Federal Reserve. That's 5. So, yeah, it was like 5. Bro, he was one of the most hated. One of the most hated.
Yeah, man.
They had the damn JFK treason. They had the damn JFK treason flyer passing around Texas before the man pulled up. You ever seen that shit? Wanted for treason?
Nah.
Man, look at this shit. This was passed around Texas before JFK pulled up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wanted for treason.
That was back when motherfuckers actually did shit, huh? That's crazy.
Wanted for treason. They put this flyer out for JFK. Wanted for treason. This man is wanted for treasonous activities against the United States. They put this flyer out and was passing this around the city before he came to town. This man is wanted for treasonous activities against the United States. 1, betraying the Constitution. 2, he has been wrong in numerous issues affecting security of the United States. The Berlin Wall mission removal, Cuba, wheat deals test. He has been lax in enforcing communist registration laws. He has given support and encouragement to the communists and inspired racial riots. He has illegally invaded a sovereign state with federal troops. He has consistently appointed anti-Christians to federal offices. Oh my God, they anti-Christian. Oh, they got to be little do we know now.
Yeah, Trump was back then. That's crazy.
He has been caught in fantastic lies to the American people, including the personal ones, like his previous marriage and divorce. That's treason. Yeah.
Bro, Donald Trump wrote that shit, bro. I'm convinced.
Blew my mind, bro.
That's like how he talks, bro. That's all he says when he...
Yo, you heard about...
He's that old, right?
Yo, you heard about Biden getting caught with papers at the crib he should have? From when he was with the Obama administration?
Nah, he did?
Hell yeah, man. I was like, nigga, you bringing work home from the crib too? Man, they already got a House committee for his ass. They trying to impeach that.
But he president though, right?
He was the vice president. Yeah, but some shit, if it's classified, you still don't supposed to take it home. And this was when
okay. I didn't know that. I don't know anything about classified. Well, I mean, I know a little bit, but yeah, I don't really know.
You know, it don't supposed to be at your crib in the cabinets though. Classified shit supposed to go through classified chains. You don't just leave that at. You don't
take it home. You don't. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're not supposed to take that shit home, man.
No more. You got this at another house that you used to be at. It's just in the garage in the storage bin.
Yeah, and it's confidential, so like no, I get. Yeah, it doesn't make no sense.
Leftover. Look, you ain't even been. You wasn't. This leftover from the Obama shit. We had 4 years of Trump after that. So during those 4 years, you still got classified shit while you former vice president? Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, that whole she said those new Biden papers, smoke and mirrors. Hey, look, that shit was. It took them 71 days to start that committee. Trump, it was like 500 and something before they told y'all, man. Them Democrats, they be playing too soft, yo. You got to go hardball. Got to go hardball when you're dealing with the Republicans.
That's the thing.
I'm just saying, 71 days versus 500 plus days.
Right.
From when they opened their committee and said, we're going to do something about this shit. Democrats took over a year and some change to do something about it. They just kept asking Trump to bring it back. You going to bring it back? You going to bring it back? Can you bring the stuff back? Please, we heard you got some stuff. And what sparked the whole Trump investigation was, remember he kept saying, Kim Jong-un wrote me a beautiful letter. So if you're an archiver, that's the first thing you're looking for when you go do your job. I mean, I want to see what this damn Kim Jong-un letter hitting on. What are you talking about? Talking about we wrote beautiful love letters. Let me see that shit. And it ain't there. You be like, whoa.
What do you hide?
Wait, what you hiding? What's in that love letter? What did he say to you?
That's the thing, though, man. They playing games, bro. Both of the parties, bro. I mean, they ain't trying to fucking do shit, bro.
Ain't doing nothing, bro. Ain't doing nothing. The rich getting richer.
They ain't doing shit, bro.
Rich getting richer.
Shit, man. I was born poor. I'm still poor. I'm gonna die poor, bro. So none of that shit affects me. I'm good, bro. None of that shit affects me, bro. I've been in a lifelong recession, Mark. I'm good.
Nah, but I don't believe God's plan is for you to die poor.
I like it that way, though, Mark.
You met me.
Honest.
Be rich one day. You know me. You good with me. You gonna be good. When I'm good, you good.
I mean, I don't know. I just I actually like. Thank God I was born in the way I was born. You know, like you know, the necessities I'm not lacking. You know.
I sound like Haplo over here in the week.
My daughter eats. You know, I got a roof over my head, lights on, the internet to talk to Mark and the homies. What I need more money for?
Don't you want to go to Dubai?
No.
Pill, you don't want to go to Dubai?
Now, the only place ever in my whole life that I ever wanted to go to was England, and I've been there.
Pill, I was like, "What's up? I'm tired."
No, I want to go back. I actually want to retire there, you know, but that's shit, man. I still got years, bro.
You want to retire and settle in England?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I always have. I don't know. Ever since I've been a kid, I've had like an affinity for like English culture, English music. You know, I don't know why.
What's English music?
They got all kinds, you know. But like they're rock and roll. I've always been a big fan of the Beatles, and then a bunch of other bands that came out and stuff like that. It's not like I just like their music, you know. I don't know. I just like British movies, you know. Like the food sucks, you know. But yeah, the weather. I love the weather over there, man. The weather is great.
What's up with their food?
It's like I don't know. Maybe it's just because you get used to where you eat or whatever. It's very bland. Some of it's like weird. Like I don't know if you ever seen blood pudding. It just doesn't look good.
Blood pudding.
That's what they call it. I forgot what it is, to be honest. But yeah, it just looks like a bloody piece of sausage.
Blood pudding.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Yeah, but I think it's a sausage. So.
With ketchup or something.
It's not ketchup, bro. It's blood, bro. Yeah. I was gonna say
it's not real blood though.
No, it's real blood. Yeah.
No, stop it.
Cow blood. I think it's cow blood or pig blood.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm not lying, bro. Look it up.
Blood.
Yeah,
pudding.
but I love British whatchamacallit, beer. That's some of my favorite. You know, and the weather over there that's my kind of weather, bro. It's always like overcast and shit.
Let me look at his blood pudding.
Yeah, it just doesn't look good, man.
It don't look like nothing you just described, bro.
Well, put it on the screen so I can see if that's the one you're looking at. I like fish and chips though. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that shit looks nasty, bro. And then yeah, it doesn't have the sauce on it either.
With sauce.
Yeah, I don't know what the sauce is, to be honest, bro. But it looks like blood, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Chin up here, man. That's what white onion sauce. Man, this ain't nothing but a bratwurst.
That's not what I seen. The one that you showed me before, like that one. But it has like this type of sauce. It looks like blood, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
This like an uncooked bratwurst. This don't even look like it's done all the way.
I've seen it. I didn't want to try it though. Let's be honest. But the fish and chips was good.
That's French fries. Ain't it?
Yeah, French fries and cod usually, but I like the haddock. There's this fish called haddock. It was boom.
Oh my god, man! Look at this. So, black pudding goes great with Okay, no. They said what do you eat with blood pudding? Let me just see what is blood pudding. I just want to know.
There you go.
What is blood pudding, man? It's made from pork or beef blood.
What's up?
First ingredient is blood with pork fat or beefs. What you say, suet?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Suet. Or beef suet and cereal, usually oatmeal, oats, oat groats, or man. You ain't just got no turkey bacon or nothing like that. Like, so is this a lunch? This a breakfast dish?
It's breakfast. It's breakfast. I'm straight. I'm good.
Was this for breakfast? Like, what did they have this at?
They eat it with breakfast. Yeah, that's usually where they serve it.
Along with the use of certain herbs and serves with a distinguished black pudding from blood sausages eaten in other. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm straight, bro.
It has a nutty, earthy taste. Although blood is the main character in the ingredient list, it does not resemble the taste of blood, excluding a slight metallic taste because of the seasoning as well as spices that are blended in it. Has a spicy herb taste.
But
yo,
I'm straight, bro.
This blood sausage recipe right here.
God, bro.
Yo, they tricked me. I thought this was spaghetti. If ain't nobody tell me, bro, this look like some meaty spaghetti. Oh no. Oh
no. I'm good.
I'm good, man. I'm out of here, man. Blew my mind. All right. Blew my mind. All right. Shout out to the UK. All right. They ain't had nothing to do with it. Shout out my guy, Coach Malachi Williams in the building. What up, Coach? Coach, who you think killed JFK? Who you think killed JFK? That's what we asking people. What's your theory on it? Man, let me know. If y'all looking for this video, again, the video will be on the backup channel. If you want to check the playback, it'll be on Marq Nash Live if you're looking for the playback. All right. Any final thoughts? I think I might be good on this one.
Shit, man.
I'm
nauseous to have. I'm too nauseous to have a final thought,
bro. I ate spaghetti for dinner tonight. I ate spaghetti for dinner tonight, man. Oh my god, why did you show me this?
Hey, man, you didn't believe me, man. You kept looking. You kept looking. You could have just taken my word for it, bro.
Oh shit, that's your blood pudding with the real blood around it, looking like cherry drizzle.
Right.
Oh my god, it's blood for real, nigga. I thought you was lying. Oh no. Ah, it's a crime scene.
Yeah.
Shout out.
They got no type of cuisine over there, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
He said the CIA killed JFK. I can believe that, Coach. That's the lead. That's what we're leading with tonight. That was the lead. Somebody said, can I get some genocide to go with that, my brother, please? A little bit of genocide on the side. Genocide on the side. Oh my God, that was disgusting, man. Oh my God. I don't mean to say it's disgusting. I don't want to disrespect. Hey, look, nothing is worse than what my girl Rachel Donaire showed us. With
What'd she show you?
That boulette, that blue.
Balut?
Balut. How you say B?
That's balut. Balut. That's how they say it.
Oh man, ain't this the worst right here? Ain't nothing top this balut yet. Ain't nothing top. Ain't little Daffy Duck right here. Poor little Daffy Duck. Oh my God.
I got a lot of Filipino homies and shit.
Oh.
I've seen it before. I ain't gonna eat it though.
Ah, shit.
I'd rather have some punzit, some punzit noodles or some lumpia and shit. That's
Man,
some
can
bomb
I
shit
just
right
get
there.
mine scrambled with cheese?
Some lechon and shit.
A couple weeks before this, because this is too many weeks.
Filipino spaghetti's bomb.
Man, I ain't fucking with it. I ain't trusting them. I just want noodles, and I can't even trust the red sauce no more from nobody.
Vietnamese is a shit. Mark, have you ever tried it?
Yeah, basic shit though, man. Basic.
Like pho and shit?
Nah, I just get the basic shit. Like, let me get some shrimp fried
Shrimp
rice.
rolls? Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, shrimp fried rice, bro. That's
Yeah,
it.
but everybody makes that. I'm talking about like specific, Vietnamese cuisine. It's pretty good. I
Hell
recommend.
no. Man, my mom said I'm taking a balut over the blood pudding. Hell no.
Actually, I think I would too. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Y'all do the balut over the blood pudding?
Yeah, bro. I think I would die if I have to survive on blood pudding, bro. I'll eat me some of them motherfuckers. No problem.
I'm done. All right, final thoughts, bro. I'm closing this shit down.
Let's go have some balut, Mark. My
Nah.
treat. That's my final thought.
Man, get out of here. I'm hanging up on you.
All right, then, homie. Peace.
Never hoid of it. All right, man.
Small hat.
It never heard of it.
All right, man. This was a good one, man. Yo, monkey brain tastes like caviar. I never had either one. I think I had some kind of something mixed with a caviar like type dip. No, it wasn't caviar. That wasn't even caviar. So no, I haven't had caviar and I haven't had monkey brains. Yo, we used to call monkey brains like when we was in school. You know how you get the Jello that had whipped cream on top, and you just start stirring the Jello up, mix it in. So now your Jello isn't just red; it got like a pink looking color to it. We used to call that monkey brains. Jello with Cool Whip, monkey brains. Fear Factor meals, right? Foot Clan, I'm straight on that. Yo, this nigga Clip said, wow. Somebody said bat dinner. I'm good on the black dinner. He said fried lotus tastes like hot fries. Shit, I wish I had some hot fries right now. I got some hot chips in here. Mark, what's the weirdest thing you ate? Pussy. Yeah. Real nigga shit. You heard? I was like, what am I doing here? What am I doing down here? This is what I gotta do to prove my love. I ate it too. Oh shit. I've been eating it since. God dog it. Been eating it ever since. Marq Nash, that's the only thing I eat from the Chinese joint too. Shrimp fried rice. I'm straight, homie. That's it. That's all I need. I put the onions in it too. I like the onions. I like the vegetables too. I can do the vegetables, but yeah, shrimp fried rice. I'm straight. Now when I go to like the hibachi though, where they cook everything right in front of you, and I'll probably get the chef special with that, with the chicken. I might have the chicken, the steak, and the shrimp in that. Yeah, ball out. Like, yeah, let me get that $70 plate. I want all of that. Usually eat that shit for 2 days though, man. They give you a lot of food, man. You been eating that for 2 days. All right, I'm done, y'all. Everybody roll. Somebody thought I said pizza. Nah, I ain't say pizza. Start with P. Got 5 letters. All right, love y'all, man. I hope y'all love yourself. If not, guess what? God loves you, and so does Marq Nash in the neighborhood here, breaking beats.
What up?
Yeah, this was fun. She said my favorite is East Asian cuisine and Vietnamese food. Yeah, man, I gotta try more of it. I know we got this. Yeah, man, we got a lot of restaurants here in Atlanta, so it's no excuse. No excuse. I'll try it out. I like Korean barbecue. I like going to the Korean barbecue spot, which has got to be one of the most creative and laziest ideas ever in a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the Korean barbecue spot. Korean barbecue don't hustle me into thinking they doing me a favor. I pay y'all to bring the food out and I cook it my damn self. Like, if you ain't never been to Korean barbecue spot, when you think about it, in essence, the way it's set up, you sit down. They got a hot little plate thing in front of you, they sit you down with a hot plate at a table. That's really what it is. You got a damn hot plate, a 1-eye hot plate. They bring you out all this shit and you just cook it yourself. They ain't got nothing besides. Like, man, your meat, we're gonna bring the meat out, bring your chicken out to you. This your sauce. You can season it with this shit. I'm out, homie. Don't forget to leave a tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Shout out to the Korean barbecue spot. They ain't doing a damn thing. They don't hustle me into cooking my own food at the damn restaurant. Now, talking about a motherfucking hustle, man. All right, man. That's it. All right, let's do this neighbors only roll call, because without the neighbors, the show would not be the show at a major level. Appreciate y'all. All right. Let's close it out like we always do right about this time. Shout out to the good homie, my good sister, Food Revolution.
What up?
What's popping with you? C Jones 0224.
What up?
Sweaty Teddy.
What up?
That guy Eclipse 330.
What up?
KP from KC5.
What up?
Adam Kelly all the way in
What
Australia.
Up, gangsta?
All the way in Australia, man. We made you, baby.
What up, gangsta?
KP.
What up?
TJ.
What up?
Matt Wade.
What up?
Kevin Brower.
What up?
Budo.
What up?
Juan Davila.
What up?
DJ.
What up?
Karma Serene with the Serene Saturdays.
What up?
Kansas City Mac.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Ace Retro.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner.
What up?
Beyond and Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T.
What up?
Juan Epoxy Magic.
What up?
SF City Slicker.
What up?
I Know Boxing.
What up?
Stephen Bateman all the way in Australia. Mama, we made it. We global.
What up, gangsta?
Boxing Lounge.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Mike from Boston.
What up?
Rider of the Storm.
What up?
Here to There.
What up?
Miss Queen Sunkissed.
What up?
Taylor Bell.
What up?
Maddie Yoel.
What up?
Maddie Yoel.
What up?
Cliff Bailey.
What up?
Con Shonery.
What up?
Lisa Bell, she never fails.
What up?
Cooking with the Champ.
What up?
On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr.
What up?
True Media Today, USA Boxing. That's my guy, Coach Malachi Williams.
What up, gangsta?
HLDZ.
What up?
Hey, HOD. Hey, look, you said it was a dead topic yesterday. People enjoyed this shit tonight. Cooking with Sir Senior.
What up?
Brandon Washington.
What up?
Born Supreme.
What up?
Lady Shan Dundem Season, my UK girl all the way in London town.
What up, gangsta?
Dub Right Side.
What up?
D Bevel the Champ.
What up?
And of course, the big fish himself, my good brother, Derek Lincoln.
What up, gangsta?
Hell of a show. Hell of a show tonight. Hell of a show tonight. Hell of a show tonight. All right, man. Like I always say, man, hey, look, man, respect is free. Disrespect can cost you everything, your family, your finances, most importantly, your freedom, your life. Most importantly, your life, fam. So let's show each other respect out here. Let's show love. You're going to get love in return. Go to Marq Nash. I got a link in the description right here on the backup channel. Go to the backup channel because this one is about to be gone. This is a done data. So if you saw it live, you saw it live. Hope you enjoyed the main chat, but it's gonna be on the backup channel right here, Marq Nash Live, if you want to check the playback. All right. So yeah, man. I'll see y'all. What's tomorrow? Friday? Yeah, I got something for y'all on Friday. I got something for y'all. We got to double up. We might have to double up an episode tomorrow because we missed today. So we might double up on two of these conspiracies for tomorrow. All right. So yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Go to Marq Nash for the backup. And always remember, man, one thing's for certain, man. Sometimes we're going to argue. Sometimes we're going to disagree. We ain't going to see eye to eye. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure, homeboy. Dreams require sleep. Goals require effort. Go out there and get your goals. And remember, go to the description block of this and every video and grab your piece of merch and support your favorite show at the same time. All right. Now we can end the show. One thing's for certain, two things for sure, homeboy. Never forget.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
And I mean that shit. Drive, motherfucker.
This that squad sound. This is me, man.
Subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him. So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Nah, Dr. Mark, God made this possible. And so did viewers like you. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.